Welcome everybody. This is CBSI Presents Tales from the Flipside number 27. I'm Dino. Boys, introduce yourselves.
Scotty Too Hottie, coming from Philadelphia, Super Bowl champions, Nick Foles MVP.
AKA owner of the Patriots.
Oh man, he shredded them.
This is John Z back for his fourth podcast in 2 weeks after his long hiatus.
Are you gonna be on the you gonna be on UD tomorrow night too? You gonna make it a
John Z is our special guest.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm not sure.
Hitting for the cycle of podcasts.
If somebody doesn't show up, then maybe.
He's just gonna keep his headphones on from now until then.
I just wait till somebody says, "There's a podcast. Do you want to be on it?"
Yeah, I miss it. I actually could do tomorrow. I'm Wednesdays, dude. I play hockey, so it's like, ugh. So.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, guess
Mr. Woods.
Yep.
This is Brian with Simpleman's Comics, and I'm excited that my Mumra premium format figure statue from Sideshow is available for pre-order on Thursday.
At
I
a lovely
saved all my
price.
Valentine's money, and I'm gonna put it towards this freaking statue.
God. But of the lovely price of what, $800 or some crazy number?
They haven't announced it. It's gonna be $400 or $500, but that's what monthly payment plans are for.
It's nice that
Freaking Mumra. Mumra's
nice that your wife's excited that you're getting her a Mumra for Valentine's.
Yeah, it's a Mumra.
Yeah. Mm.
That's a type of flowers, honey. You didn't
How
know
big
that?
is it? Do you know?
All they've shown was like the preview picture,
Yeah.
but most of them usually average about 24 inches high, then usually about 17 inches base.
Wow.
So I mean, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, at least you get your money's worth, I feel, with Sideshow. It's not like you get some kind of like like dinky.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they weigh like 30, 40 pounds.
That's one rabbit hole I'm glad I never got down.
It's a bludgeoning weapon if need be.
No, I
I
was just
guess.
about to say that.
I can't even commit to a $7 pop, let alone a $400 statue.
I'm sure if we got like a Western figure, we can get you a good one.
John
Like,
Wayne.
There's
John
pops
Wayne.
I'm like, I could buy that. I'm like, why
Shane.
would I do that? I don't need to go down that fucking rabbit hole. I buy enough dumbass shit that's newsprint.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
one of the things like I just gotta have it.
hey,
Big Thundercats fan?
Yeah,
Or just
but
or just a big Mumra fan?
Thundercats, of course, He-Man first, but still like Thundercats.
Yeah, Thundercats was the shit, man.
I just want to preface this conversation. If I go down, it's because my cat's underneath the desk and it's gonna hit the fucking surge protector.
But
if you
yeah, we'll
bring
talk
it
about
back,
Thundercats, but we're not gonna talk about Fall Guy, right?
Oh god.
There's nothing wrong with the Fall Guy, man. I know that somewhere in my parents' house is the Fall Guy truck.
All right, boys, let's rip into these topics. So Red's Kathy, the I guess the barbecue guy from House of Cards, died of after battling cancer, which I didn't even know he had cancer, which is kind of crazy, but you know.
No, I just heard that he died. That was really about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a big difference between how he looked and how Charlie Murphy looked. You could tell Charlie Murphy was sick.
Yeah. And then he's from The Wire, obviously from The Wire as well. But sad. I was pretty sad about that actually.
He was one of the detectives, right?
Yes.
He's one of those guys who's been in everything, and then you don't remember until you're like, oh yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, that dude. Hey, it's that dude.
Yeah.
You know, that guy. Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah. I guess he I was reading this. He did one last role. Did you hear about that, Wood? I can't remember the
Wasn't he in
He just did it. He like closed on it. Was it a comic book? Looking it up because I'm a loser. Let's see.
Or are you anal and you can't let it go?
He was in the TV show Outcast.
Oh no, he was doing.
Outcast.
Oh, he did Tank Girl. That's what it was. Oh, yeah, he did Outcast. He did Outcast. That's what his last.
I never watched that show. Is it any good?
I don't have Showtime.
It was good, but of course,
Cinemax
there's
or
been
whatever.
like a 2-year hiatus between seasons, and I guess it's coming back this summer.
I didn't like the comic.
Yeah.
That's one I got out of right away. Sold every copy as soon as I could.
And bought Birthright.
Yeah.
They almost came out about the same time, didn't they? Close to it.
Yeah. No, actually, the Birthright I bought when they bought Skybound.
Right.
Like when that Skybound announcement, because like I said, I read it and I knew it was good, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll pick up 10 copies for $3.
We were talking about that too. The Image guys. That's who buy books, man. You know. Were you talking about that Z last time? On Defects?
I might have been rambling about something.
Yeah, the Image guys that's the only guys who like buy like real spec books. Everybody else just like flips it, but it's the Image guys who plunk down, on polls like the most money.
I think Image has probably the best stories in comics right now.
They definitely do.
Outside of, especially if you're looking for something outside of like superhero genre.
Yeah.
I don't know. The question is, anybody reading some of that other shit out there?
I don't read. I can't read. I just look at the pictures.
The Image
I read
stuff?
Kill or Be Killed.
No, I mean, I'm sure there's some shit that, Dark Horse has to have something good. I mean, they've had a few things that are entertaining, and
I want to read Birds of Prey. I never read the Birds of Prey. I'd like to get a trade of that and read it. And
a lot of series there.
Yeah, dead silence. Everybody's like, yeah, screw you. I just think the art's really good.
Fuck your Birds of Prey, Dino.
Birds.
I'm like I said, they're just Image is just the easiest one because they put it in new number 1 all the fucking time.
Birds of Gay.
Yeah, I know, right? Jesus.
I guess IDW is mostly licensed stuff, so there's probably not much there.
Turtles, I mean, if you're Paul, I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have a lot of original content.
No.
Where's the rest of the original content? I mean,
Vault has some good books out right now.
I guess all those little ones,
Aftershock has some.
Aftershock, all that
Aftershock.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to the girl from Aftershock at Baltimore for a while.
Yeah. Dino was infatuated.
And we're not talking the liquor, Dino.
Yeah, I know.
Not the shot girls.
Her name was Woo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on
Or
their
yeah,
Instagram page, yeah.
Yeah.
Because my buddy was wearing the Ric Flair Wu-Tang shirt.
Yeah. That chick, yeah. Oh, that was funny.
But, we have a whole big topic on Netflix here. So a lot of good Netflix shows coming out. Let's start with the first one, Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
Yep.
Everyone should be watching this show.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what it reminds me? I didn't watch Westworld. Isn't that what it isn't that Showtime?
HBO.
HBO. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I'm too broke to have HBO Go. I got HBO No, but but from what I've seen, it kind of reminds me of that. So I mean, not like the crazy nakedness, but
yeah, and
the futuristic reality.
Not plot wise, but like genre wise, it also kinds me of Blade Runner-ish.
Yeah, Blade Runner. Yep. And it's very confusing, I guess, because it jumps around a lot. And from what I've watched the whole thing, and I kind of tuned in and out of it, but it's still good. But it's like it jumps around a lot of flashbacks and flash forwards and stuff like that. But and stuff that you thought were like throwaway plots or side plots, they actually come back and tie it to at the end of it, and you're like, crap, I should, now you gotta kind of go back and watch it to understand it a little bit more. And each episode builds on each other. It's not like you said a lackluster. There's no like lackluster episodes where it's like it's not like Walking Dead where like the first episode and the middle episode and the last episode are like the only good ones, and the rest of it's just like filler.
No, it's
kids. Don't let them watch.
It's definitely not good.
No, you encourage it. Watch it. Let them watch it by themselves too.
Well, it's a pretty tight story. There's not a lot of jumping around.
No,
it's not
a lot of boobies.
It's not 3 days later. It's like episode ends, picked right up where it left off.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Like flashback wise, that's what I meant.
But I mean, there's not a lot of dead time. It's going.
Yeah.
Are you a believer?
That dude is freaky, man. Well, whatever that spike thing he had.
Yeah.
Oh, that was wicked.
He fucked that chick up with that thing.
He did.
And then she got a new arm.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like it's cheaper.
Spoiler alert.
Cheaper to get a new body than the arm.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. We
haven't explained the plot yet.
I wonder what they're gonna do. It's not gonna wreck it. I don't know if they're gonna do a season 2. I didn't hear anybody hear that.
So
I've seen bits and pieces about it.
Yeah. I guess it's based on books too.
Yeah, it's based on books.
Yeah.
You know what I read is that it's almost like what's that show? Like True Detective. They're gonna do a whole new cast, I hear.
Okay.
Yeah, I've read something similar.
Because the second book is like, I guess, on a different universe or something.
Well, they said there was like 7 different worlds.
Yeah.
Well, even if you use the same characters, you don't need the same actors.
Nope. That is a pretty interesting plot device.
Yeah. Cloverfield, even though Jimmy doesn't like this, Cloverfield Paradox. I watched it. I thought it was okay. I don't know. I mean,
is it with the aliens and shit?
Yeah. I guess they're up in space. So, yeah. I mean, I still think the one with John Goodman's that was pretty good. I thought, but
I haven't watched a single Cloverfield movie or anything.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a reach on Netflix, but I heard it got the best viewing. I mean, obviously it went after the Super Bowl. So
what are they like thriller type movies?
It's horror thriller, I guess. It's kind of hard to, it's like, but it's like thinking too. It's not like jump out and scare you. It's like you got to think about it and stuff. It's
more like suspense.
Yeah.
Wasn't the first one also filmed in a like found footage amateur type style, like Blair Witch type?
It's been a while since I've seen that.
I think it's more like.
I think that's what turned me off from watching it.
I think that's more like pieced together footage type thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it either.
Well, on to the next one. Says no.
That's a great topic.
Great topic, boys.
Show's gonna be over in 10 minutes.
We crushed it.
Where's Paul at? I'm gonna call Paul on his cell phone.
I'm gonna start drinking faster. We'll get to
Oh goodness.
We'll have a Paul's problem done by John Z.
Oh Jesus.
He's not even working. He's on listening, just laughing his ass off.
I know.
If nothing else, I can run through my eBay purchases, and you guys can laugh for a while.
Oh, you had one good eBay purchase. Don't lie.
I have some good
Yeah,
ones.
we should do that at the end. What did you buy on eBay?
Okay, we'll make that. How about that? We'll make that a segment. What did you buy on eBay this week? We'll make that a segment. That'll be
Okay. Dumb shit I bought.
the dumb shit I bought. That'll be our ending. I'm gonna put that in the thing.
I bought some cool shit, but some dumb shit.
So the next one's I thought we talked about it. See, when Paul does the outline, he fucks it up. Did we talk about Bright already? I thought we talked about that like when it came out.
Yeah, we talked about it weeks ago.
I'm gonna kill that.
I don't think we need to talk about most of the rest of that.
You don't want to hear about Thumper and how
We
good
can talk
Thumper
about
was?
but we don't need to talk about the other shit.
Okay. Thumper was basically a it's like a I guess how do I explain it? I'll give a preview so I don't spoil some shit. It would be a crime genre. So basically, from the actual title, teens in a low-income neighborhood are lured into working for a violent, dangerous drug dealer. When a new girl harboring a dark secret arrives in town, then their relationship is jeopardized by everything. And the girl from 300 or the 100 in it or whatever, the 100 show, the blonde chick who's like the main actress in that show, Elijah Taylor, she's in it. So it was good, I thought. I mean, talks about like meth. It's like a meth ring kind of thing.
Sounds like an Ed Brubaker book.
Kind of. It was good though. It was I thought it was good. I mean, it's not like it's gonna win an Oscar, but
Yeah, I feel like I'm at a Netflix empty content point. I need some things to watch.
Yeah,
So is it a show or is it a movie?
it's a movie.
Gotcha.
It's a movie. It's only I think it's like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So.
What are we talking about?
Oh, Thumper. Did you watch Thumper?
No, I missed. I
sorry.
saw the movie, the other one, Bright.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We skipped that one.
You skipped it?
Well, no, we talked about it last when it came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I could have added to that conversation.
Oh, I mean, you can if you want.
Well, I mean, hey, you told me, you already talked about it, so.
Yeah. So I watched Thumper. It was pretty good. I thought that. I mean, I if you have 2 hours to kill or you want to watch something.
What's Thumper about?
It's a crime, like a crime movie. It's like 2 hours long. It's like the chick from the 100. Did you watch the 100 on CW?
No.
Probably not. It's got the main actors from that show in it. It's basically about a meth ring in high school, and a bunch of teens are in like this low income neighborhood, and they get like wrapped up in a bunch of like crazy shit. And then the new girl comes in and like has this big dark secret that arrives in town, and then it fucks up everything.
You had me at meth ring.
I know. I mean, who doesn't like people losing their teeth? I mean,
Right?
I'm just waiting for season 4 of Narcos to come out.
Yeah, Narcos is good.
dude, that meme I sent in chat when it was your best friend who you go to lunch with every day doesn't show up for work. And it's Pablo Escobar, and he's like sitting at the table by himself and like just looking outside and shit like that. Oh, that's good times.
I watched a pretty crazy movie today. Called Remember. It's about this old man who was a Holocaust survivor, and he goes like on this journey to find the man who killed his family at Auschwitz. It's pretty crazy. The ending was pretty good.
Oh, it's got Christopher Plummer in it. It's got to be pretty decent.
It's good. It's only like an hour and a half, I think, so it wasn't too bad.
I love World War II stuff, documentaries, movies.
Has anybody watched the Man in the High Castle?
No,
I watched the first season and then like two episodes of the second season.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I'm about halfway through the second season right now.
It's one I keep like thinking about watching.
It's pretty interesting. I like it. It's basically what happens if America lost. So basically, half the country is controlled by Germany, the other half is controlled by Japan. It's pretty wild seeing like Nazi flags in New York and DC. Okay.
We are flowing tonight.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think anybody had enough to drink yet.
I think we lost everybody. All right, then don't watch the show.
Jesus. I just left while everybody's like, don't watch this shit. And like silence.
We were taking a moment of silence for US losing World War II in that fictional universe.
Yeah. Hey, we're the only back-to-back World War winners, okay? America.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back champs. Oh goodness. Oh, I'll type in a chat. Maybe we can talk about this, Scotty. But let's continue.
I'm really enjoying how much Paul wrote about this next topic.
Are you being serious, or?
He fucking wrote a paragraph about it.
Yeah, sometimes he just like writes out everything that he would say.
Okay. You want to lead this one, Z?
This is for our buddy Paul. He had mentioned that Usagi Yimbo, is that how I say it? Usagi Yojimbo is being optioned for a TV series. Quote, has anybody read it? God knows if that means he has.
Negative.
All I know is he was in the Turtle universe at one point.
Did he come from the Turtle universe?
No, I think he just crossed into it.
Because I remember seeing him like in the cartoon, I believe, right?
Yeah, he did cross into it off the cartoon. I know my turtle shit. Yeah, and Paul's not here. Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck you, Paul. Fuck
but
you,
I like
he
named among top 50 comic book characters by Empire Magazine, top 100 by ING, and top 50 by Nazi graphic novels by Rolling Stone.
I mean, is that like did he just break the top 50 and top 100 and top 50? See, Paul I need some fucking data here. Like was he 50 out of 50 and 100 out of 100?
Well, if he doesn't give you specific details, then he doesn't want you to know the specific details. So
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know it's a samurai fucking rabbit.
Yeah, I mean, is he a badass? Like,
Who? Yeah, he's a badass, dude. Like I remember at least in the cartoons when I watched the cartoons, he fucked people up, dude. He was not messing around. Like I remember, I think the turtles, like when he first came in, the turtles thought he was an enemy, and the first time they met him, he just tore the turtles up. So
should we have him battle Damien?
That wouldn't be a bad deal. That might actually be interesting. I mean, we all Trey would just say Damien's gonna win, dude.
oh yeah,
Well,
Damien.
Usagi beats the turtles one-handed and Damien does. Maybe they're a more equal fight.
Maybe. Oh yeah, and he says the hard. Did you talk about the hardcovers? That's what HCs means. Hardcovers are hard to look out for. So if you're hard to find. So
I think you can flip them for some money.
Yeah, if you find them cheap-ish, you can flip them for some money. And my cat's gonna kill himself.
And Abito 2 is a mother of a book to find.
Yeah, that's a hard book, man. I mean, it's low print run, obviously. I mean, not too many people were.
Trey got a nice one, didn't he?
Yeah, I think I don't think he got a 9.8. I think it was.
I think he got a 9.6.
Yeah, 9.6.
I was watching the one he bid on, and I was like, it was a nice one, but
yeah,
I've never seen it out in the world. I've seen it on eBay. Like I've never seen it on Dealer Wall and anywhere.
That's gonna be my next Baltimore book, Z. I'm gonna pick that up next year for $3.
It's one of those that, like, if you got the right odd environment, you might find it because people aren't looking for it, but you're not going to find it at a con.
Yeah, I mean that's hard stuff. I mean
that's one of those, like, it could be in a random collection or in a flea market or something maybe, but it's so off the beaten path. People aren't. What is that?
Well, somebody will find it. Like tomorrow, you'll see a pickup. Like, oh, look what I found in an antique store, like that Wonder Woman $2 variant or whatever.
I got it for $3.
Yeah, I got it for $3.
That'll be half price, crook.
Yeah, I found it in this box of like half price stuff, dude. Yeah, it was good. It's funny stuff. This is number 6 is really interesting today because that's Paul. So, and I feel bad for like Philly fans and New England fans for the Super Bowl, but the Hulu stream failed during the Super Bowl final moments. Like it just died. I mean,
pay for cable, you cheap asses.
I didn't. My stream didn't die. Just saying, didn't do Hulu, but I mean, I have more respect for myself.
Would you use your Android box?
No, I just use it off my computer. I won't give away the source because I don't want them to shut it down. But I just use it to stream like a bunch of like NHL games. Like I watch a bunch of NHL games and stuff like that. They usually have Super Bowls and playoff games. So
we're gonna have to talk about this off the air.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely talk to you about it off air. It's one of those things. It's almost like it's getting almost as popular as Whittle. No, what's that thing on Pies, Retro Pie, or on
Cody?
Yeah, it's getting as bad as Cody, where they're starting to find them and shut them down, kind of. But I can give you some links.
Nice.
Stream worked on PlayStation View. I'll tell you that much.
Well, yeah, because it's Sony, dude. They wouldn't fail you.
Oh my God, this town friggin' went nuts, man.
I know you showed me videos, man. It was crazy.
I saw Scott in that convenience store.
Yeah, I mean,
getting the Funyuns.
You know what? I applaud the people that were actually stayed in line and paid. Like there were some people that were just like, nah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, the crowd was nuts.
When you're throwing a keg over a city wall, I mean that's.
No, that was the gates of City Hall.
Oh yeah, throwing a keg over the wall though.
Yeah, there wasn't much they could do.
Just think about if Buffalo wins the Super Bowl.
Or what about Detroit? Detroit's going to go back to like in 1992, where it looked like a war zone out there.
Buffalo wouldn't be wild. They'd be under 3 feet of fucking snow.
Yeah, but you see them all the time during like pregame or tailgating and all the stupid stuff they do. If they won a Super Bowl, I mean, they had 4 tries a while back.
Yeah, Scott Norwood, man.
I felt like Norwood might have been there this year.
Case is out, Dan.
That was disastrous for the kickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're trying to pump it up on them. I mean, it probably is tough with the paint and stuff. It probably fucks everything up, trying to plan on that paint.
I mean, It's all in their head.
I don't know, man. I've kicked footballs before, man. It's tough. It's a lot tougher than people think it is.
Yeah, but these guys are professionals. They get paid
Oh,
money.
here we go with the professionals thing.
They are. I mean, look, if somebody needs a T-shirt printed, I'll do it. I'm not going to sweat it. If I'm getting paid to kick a football, I shouldn't be sweating it. Like, I should be able to kick a football.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, you have one job in the world, and that's just to do one thing. Like,
he doesn't even have to go to meetings. He just like kicks a couple.
Like even 40-yard field goals. These were just chip shots.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, but it's funny. Like, our kicker all year, like outside of like 45 yards, he's been perfect. But like inside of 40, he's like 75%.
Oh goodness!
So it's like short field goals. Like that's why like most of the time Doug Peterson just goes for it.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that's what U of M used to do when we had Rich Rod as our coach. We had fucking fat ass Garrett Rivas on our team who couldn't kick a 20-yard field goal. We just to go on 4th down. We're like on the 20-yard line. Hey, you can't kick it. We got to go for it.
But the guy could nail 50-yarders.
No, he couldn't.
No,
not
our
on
guy
our
can't
team.
though.
Oh, not on U of M. U of M, he could make it like he was just overweight. He was like a tight end kicking a fucking field goal.
Did you guys see Penn State's kicker last year?
No.
That guy weighed like 300 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he was a hoss.
Well, I remember the olden days with the Raiders and Seabass. We're at the fucking 50. Just let him kick it.
Dude, that's
almost over.
Dude, that's like Prater, man. That's like Prater and the Lions, dude. MVP. Just bombs them.
Janikowski?
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida State.
Oh, Florida State.
Dude, when he was younger, he used to hit people so hard.
Sean was on listening. He's probably cheering somewhere out in the streets of Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't take it so hard on the kicker, Scott. They work like 3 times as hard as the rest of the team during training camp and everything.
Yeah, right.
And
your brother Z says Red Hood fucks everybody up. Just so you know.
He has a one-track mind.
I know. Fucking Red Hood.
Red Hood's a pussy.
I don't know I don't even know what number 7 is. It's like the Da Vinci Code when Paul's not
you
here.
know what this is? Remember the Always Sunny when they were trying to figure out Charlie's wishes and dreams?
Yeah.
They were reading his wish book and it was like trying to decipher. This is what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Now I know what this is. So he put wearable tech and he linked a YouTube video and didn't say anything else. So that's kind of still ahead of its time.
It's altered carbon.
Altered carbon.
It's ahead of its time, and that we'll talk about it in 2 weeks when Paul's back and can explain himself.
Yeah. I haven't even read it. We're gonna skip this. I mean, it's Intel's new smart glasses. I don't know. Wood, have you heard anything about this?
No.
Okay, we're gonna skip that one.
No.
8 was kind of mine, but he kind of put the first sentence. So I don't know. So like when you have a major key and it kind of just dies. And then I compared Marvel Forbidden 15 to Fantastic Four #1, but that's kind of crazy.
It's not a great comparison, but I mean, there are definitely some spec that hits the market and dies.
I was just saying,
the question is going to be what's Black Panther do?
Yeah, I mean, Fantastic Four 52 has been skyrocketing. I mean, the other big book out there for Black Panther is at JSC. Is it the black cover?
The half sketch.
Yeah, half. No, I don't know if it's half.
Partial sketch. Yeah,
the partial sketch. Yeah, that's the other big book. I mean, I thought, and I guess I mean I have one. I thought the Udon variant would bump a little bit, but it didn't do anything.
I mean, the movie's not out yet.
The Volume 1 #1 has been moving nicely.
Yeah, the Volume 3 #1 and the Dynamic Forces for it. I've been selling a bunch of those. I bought a bunch of copies like 3 years ago when they were first talking about a movie. I bought like 10 copies of #1 for $3.95, and I've been selling them from $18.95 to $22.95. Like I'll sell it, put another one up, and then within 2 days it's sold.
Those are things I lose patience on. I can't hold that long. I wish I could. I just that stuff ends up in a box at Indy, and I forget about it.
I just auctioned a Fantastic Four 52. I bought same time frame. I think I paid $50 for it, and it's beat up. It's probably 3.5, 4.0. And I was like, I'll throw up an auction. I expected like 120 $220 at tops, and that thing auctioned at $280.
Nice. Nice.
I think it'd be interesting to see that one. That one, I don't know if it'll follow the trends. I feel like the hype was, I mean, there was hype 3 years ago, but the hype since then has been fairly slow and kind of steady. It's not been crazy like some of this other stuff.
I mean, most of the hypes is Kendrick Lamar's doing the record, the soundtrack. I mean, that's all I've been hearing. Oh, Kendrick Lamar's doing the soundtrack. I mean, Kendrick Lamar's a great artist, but it's like, I mean, it's not even about the movie, you know what I'm saying? But
it's almost like, you know, some of the other things hit 2 years quicker. This has been, you know, this was announced in phase 3, but it was like the last thing of it.
mm-hmm.
You know, you had all the Netflix stuff that hit. You had the Doctor Strange that's in there. And that all kind of raised, and it didn't crash and burn, but it didn't skyrocket.
Yeah, but you know, it didn't. I don't know if it's leveling out the keyword, because like you can get a Doctor Strange like 169.60 for cheap ish. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like
Doctor Strange has definitely dropped off.
Well, I don't think it didn't go to pre-hype levels, but it went from the tip down probably to 80% of what it was.
I think it's easier to market Black Panther than it is Doctor Strange, though.
Well, I think Black Panther is going to be unique enough that it stands out.
Right.
I mean, we can say. I mean, it crosses a new demographic theoretically.
Are they saying it's like a James Bond type movie? I think that's kind of what I've heard, but
yeah,
I've heard nothing but good reviews. So
I'm anxious to see it. I won't see it till next week though, because I'll be down in Florida this weekend.
Yeah, I know. I won't. You know me. I'll probably wait for Netflix or something. Because I'm a cheap bastard, but.
But Dina, you are right about that Marvel Premiere 15. Though that book's pretty much dead.
Yeah, I don't. See, like first, see that was my thing.
Finn, what's his name? Killed it. He was terrible.
Yeah, and really does it kill? I mean, Marvel Premiere 15, Doctor Strange 169. It's like, what other key books that are out there that are just like
I don't think Luke Cage tanked like Marvel Premiere 15 did.
No, but it's not as desirable.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like 15 tanked and Luke Cage just kind of went flat.
Kind of limped away.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they've tanked right now because of the shows, but I think once those shows kind of come and I won't say go, but settle down, I think those comics are still good comics to pick up. I mean, especially now if you can get them cheap, I think they're still going to be keys. I'm not going to say they're going to be blue chip books, but it's still going to be something that's probably desirable, especially to certain people.
Like I got to shout out Leggett because he said somebody bid on my POS Jungle Action number 5. And then he says, sell all of Black Panther on Sunday and buy it all back next month, which probably is smart. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I spend a lot of time trying to think what's not going to suck in a few years. You know, what's going to continue to be good, or what are people going to search after? If the market goes good, what happens if the market goes bad? What happens? I don't want to sell everything I have, but I want to have stuff that I think is desirable in a few years.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, that's what I've been doing too, man. I mean, it's like books that I can flip, that I know I can flip. That's what you gotta have.
Gotta stay liquid.
But I mean, you can. The keys are always keys. Fantastic Four 1, AF-15. But you can't. I can't afford those. I mean, I guess I could, but like then, I think your rate of return's kind of like a mutual fund or a CD. You're not going to get rich on it. You'll get 4, 5, 6%. You know. Mm-hmm. 15, fuck, I don't know. That one exceeds everybody's point, and you can't really trade it. But at this point, realistically, I could buy a 1.0 and still pay too much.
Yep.
But I mean, all those other books, they're not flat, but they're not skyrocketing.
I mean, those are honestly, I'd hate to say it, and I don't want everybody to take this like the wrong way, but those are the books I'd look out for technically, because dealers probably been sitting on them for a while. Like if you go to a con, maybe you can get one on a super cheap, maybe flip it for a little. I mean, you're not going to make tons of money. It's not like you're going to walk out with like $8,000 or something. But I mean, if you can get like a Luke Cage one that's like in a 4.0 or 5.0 for like $50, maybe you can throw it on eBay and clear 100, 120 or something. Beat up readers' copies.
Well, that's like freaking. Was it X-Men 266 died?
No, I don't know, man. I've still sees that. I've been looking at 266s, dude, and they still consistently at an $80 to $100 mark for like Raws at least.
I remember
Yeah, but they
when
were up to like almost 200 at one point.
Yeah, I mean,
that was
the movie that's never gonna happen.
the wall book at Baltimore like 3 years ago was that freaking book when like the news first hit and everyone had it on their wall for like 40% higher than any eBay price you'd find. That was crazy.
Yeah, I love that. When I see the wall books are that high, I'm like, all right, I'm not even gonna bother digging through your boxes.
No, I came home and put my 9.0 up on eBay.
Smart man. Sell when it's high.
Yep, that's what I did. I had a 9.2 and I sold mine, or 9.4.
I had a raw at one point. I sold it as as soon as it was at its peak.
I probably fucked up because I never pressed that one, but I mean, whatever. But yeah, I mean, when
well, another example I got is that Aquaman one.
Oh god,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll go up at the other movie, but it didn't jump at Justice League. I held it for basically Dino sold it to me, and I held it for 2 years to make $50.
It's gonna jump now. Now they're saying Momoa is gonna be wearing the orange and green suit.
No.
no. You gotta be a special fan of like Aquaman, like me. I'm
Yeah.
fucking stupid. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I kind of gave the bag on fucking Z, and I feel bad about it. But it was a clean ass book, though. I mean,
No, that's fine. I gambled, but that's my thing is the books that everybody has and everybody wants. What happens when they get those? What do they want next? If this hobby keeps going? The people with money are going to get all those things. What are they going to look for next?
Yeah.
And to me, that's why it's got to be those things that are cool, but really hard to find.
you know what it is, Z? It's gonna be. I bet you pre-code horror takes back off, dude, or some shit like that. Yeah, everybody's got Silver Ray's keys, or like I got Amazing Spider-Man #1. But how many pre-code horror books are out there that
I mean, that's part of it, and some of those, like Abito 2 is a tough book. You aren't going to find a lot of copies of it.
Yeah.
So I try and think what is scarce, and yeah, it's going to be popular now, but what could get more popular?
Mm-hmm. What things they haven't done?
Supply and demand will cause price.
What do you guys think of the future of the variant market?
For us, I think it's. I hope.
I think
I
you
hate
need
to
to
say
open a store, get a
that's-
diamond account, and start creating store exclusives.
I think you need to refine that question. There's lots of pieces of that.
Yeah. You want to break it down a little bit, Z?
Yeah.
Well, I think at some point the store exclusive variant market's gonna eat itself alive.
I think it's starting to do that now.
I haven't got one in a while, dude. Like,
I have. I just don't want 3 copies of the same book. Like, I don't want it.
I bought a store exclusive this week.
What'd you get?
I don't even think it's a new one. I think it's one from a few months back. But I bought a Tick store exclusive, a Tick 1 when they relaunched the series.
Oh, well, that's cool.
yeah.
But it's a Wolverine homage, the one where he's standing with his claws, the one that they do with the Deadpool and everything.
Uh-huh.
And Tick standing there with 3 spoons in his hand like claws.
No, that's
And I
cool.
saw it. I'm like,
You gotta have it.
This is so cheesy. I need it.
I don't.
$8.
Nice.
Yeah. For like store variants, like the one I saw that me and Scott were talking about earlier was the Aspen Wonder Woman one. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, everybody's like fuck Aspen, but I mean at least that one was pretty cool. Like it was a Turner cover.
Yeah.
So I thought that was I looked sweet for a store, but I don't know. It's like I understand what the store guys do, and
Yeah, they basically priced everybody else out of the game, and
yeah. Well, and then the overexposure of an artist. I mean, it's a truth, man. I mean,
what was JSC's last exclusive? 8 issues, 8 items, 8 fucking books.
He's done that a couple times.
Well, and he's devaluing his signature too. You know what I'm saying? He's almost in a Stan Lee. He's signing every book. I mean, he signs every book. It's like he signs 300, 400 books. I mean, when you do eight copies of a book, that's 300 autographs on each cover. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I always said Hughes is not rare, but he's a little crotchety and doesn't go everywhere. He's way more rare than Gamble at this point.
Yeah.
That Vampire 11 cover he's got is nice.
I tell you, I was watching because I had a theory a few years ago that like books like Losh 23 would be the first one where there's less 9/8 blues than golds. And about a year and a half ago, they were real close. They were like 55%, 45% blue. And I don't know if it's because, Trey started talking anti-signature or just random luck. It kind of shifted more like 60-40. So it moved back towards Blue Label.
Yeah. Like we talked, I mean, I think Hughes is different because, I mean, his signature is just like, it's not like crazy. And it's just like
his signature sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be different if you had like a Ryan Stegman signature or somebody who had a cool
Todd
signature.
McFarlane's got the best signature.
Yeah, or a McFarlane. Yeah, a McFarlane signature. I think it's just to put AH on there and spend an extra. I mean, what's his signing fee? $50, we'll say. I mean,
but to be fair, it doesn't distract from the cover.
No, I mean, it's Hughes guys.
He doesn't pull a Stan Lee.
Well, I know that. I mean, but I mean, Hughes guys. I think Hughes guys are like Campbell guys. Like they. Signed or unsigned, I don't think it matters to the hardcore Hughes guys, but
yeah, they'll buy anything.
Yeah,
well, I don't know. There's some artists that don't have cool signatures, but they respect their work. Yeah, I had a Matt Wagner on a I don't remember if it was a Comico primer or a Grundle one. It was written in a nice little spot. There was just a white area. It signed it really small and it looked clean. You almost didn't notice it. Hold on, that dog is going nuts.
Yeah, dude, what's going on?
I don't know.
Intruder.
Talk us through it.
Oh, he put it on mute. He's gonna yell He's gonna yell the shit out of his dog. I feel bad getting on some social services over there.
Poor dog.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was clam shooters.
Yeah, clam shooters. Yeah, I mean, like, same thing with Campbell. Like, would you okay? So since Scott's the biggest Spider-Man fan, would you want Campbell to sign his lizard, his 688?
Absolutely not.
See,
I think one of Jimmy's coyotes is in my yard.
Well,
I get signatures on like regular covers that I like, or like cheap shit. Like I wouldn't
like foils.
I wouldn't want to. Yeah, I mean something stupid. I mean I wouldn't want a signature on like an actual key book.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, signature kind of ruins it. Like. You have writing on the cover.
Would you do it on the inside cover? Or inside page, I guess, inside cover.
No, I don't really see the point of that.
Okay.
Especially if you're gonna slab it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have my signatures, and I'm not likely looking for more at this point.
I can see some signatures, especially like on lower grade silver. Like I got a was it Tales of Suspense 5240 signed by Stan Lee?
Oh, it'll definitely increase the value.
Yeah.
Especially those type of...
Every person that buys a book, I'm going to go get it signed. Stop getting it signed.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I bought mine like 7 years ago, and I thought he'd be dead by now.
Yeah, I get it.
Not that I'm wishing he would be, but...
I don't know. I'm going to get this book signed. They don't all need to be signed. Probably they don't all need to be graded either.
I'm too lazy. I'm not waiting in line.
I'm not a big autograph hound either. I hate waiting in line. Like
or it gets all effed up and you buy VIP to a con and then you buy this signature package.
Mm-hmm.
And they just screw it all up.
And you're about to rage in the beginning.
Oh God, it was terrible.
That's why I only buy dead signatures. I don't have to worry about standing in line.
I just got my books back last week.
And for as long as they have, you figure. I mean, did you think they're all 9.8?
No.
Okay, good. Because I was like, man, you got hosed on some of those grades. I mean, it was like, they weren't like crazy. Like you didn't like submit a 6.0, but it's like.
No, I mean, the one was a 9.8. I knew that would. I kind of figured that would be a 9.8. One was a 9.4. That was pretty much what I had it at. The 9.6 was a 9.8 crack, but it definitely wasn't a 9.8. And then the other one I think was pretty much dead on.
Yeah, but how long did it take you to get? I mean, you just got it back last week, and we went to Baltimore. What, September?
September, yeah.
So that's October, November, December, January, February. So that's like 5 months, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I mean, and I mean, to be honest, you spent some decent coin to get that autograph session. Not like it wasn't cheap by any stretch of imagination. It wasn't like $50 or something.
No.
It's kind of disappointing. You figured they would throw in like fast track and get them into you,
Well, they don't care.
That would cut into their profits, guys.
Well, I understand. I mean, that's why we like our customer service, but I guess they don't. So
I don't know. I don't. The folks that do the stand in line for autographs thing, it's questionable life choice to begin with.
Yeah. No, I did it once and I'm done. I'll never do it again.
Like, you're doing it for you. People that do it for like a living or a hobby, I don't know. The whole thing is it's a weird way. It's a weird way to live.
It's niche. It's definitely a niche. It's like the guys who like live out on the road. Like guys who just like it takes that certain type of person, I guess.
Like that traveling shoe salesman.
Yeah, or like guys who are like in plants, like repair people or stuff like that, like living on the road.
Door-to-door vacuum salesman.
Yeah.
Oh, I still haven't seen much coming to IndyCon that looks exciting.
Oh, Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Isn't Sean Astin coming?
Yeah, Sean Astin's coming too.
Well, they did add Peter David got added, so that's mildly amusing.
Like the writer?
Yeah, the Hulk and all that stuff.
Right.
I mean,
but it's not a great guest list. I think Easter's killing it again.
Neil Adams will be there.
I don't think I've seen Neil.
He'll be there.
I think he's just like always. He's just grandfathered in.
But isn't there's a con in LA that weekend too that usually is fighting, and I think there's one up in Canada, fairly big ones.
Well, he needs his 4 boots. I don't know if Indy can spare his 4 boots this year.
I don't know. I don't think he did very well last year. I don't remember seeing much of a line.
No, I didn't see much of a line for him at Baltimore.
I think he prices himself out, but I get it. If he does it cheap, then people scalp it, and there's probably some break-even point that he's exceeded.
Yeah.
I mean, he charges $60 for a signature on a book.
Yep.
That's a little crazy.
He's trying to take. He's went to the point where he's taking all of. What would you pay at max profit if somebody slabbed it and did all that? And I don't know. He shouldn't charge 10, but maybe it's 30.
Yeah, or 35, or 40. Make it even 40, 220s. Be done with it.
I don't know. I got a Neil Sig, but I got 2 or 3 for free one time, and that was it.
I mean, what's going to happen though is you can almost buy like a slabbed copy cheaper than it actually costs you to get. So these guys might end up pricing themselves out.
Oh, me and Tony 2 years ago were selling Neil Adams. It was a Harley Quinn book. He had it up there at his table for like 40. We were giving them away for like $10. And like, hey, dude, go get a sign, dude. It's the same amount of money.
Now, to be fair, he will personalize it
for free.
I don't know if it's for free, but way cheaper.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want people like taking them in and getting them graded and shit.
Which I
understand. He doesn't want people flipping. I get it. I don't know. It's a whole.
It's a market.
The whole market got sleazy.
Yeah. Well, especially.
I mean, honestly though, if you pay for something for it, you should be able to do whatever you want with it. I mean,
but he can charge what he wants.
Sean said it's WonderCon's the same time.
I bet WonderCon has a way better guest list.
Oh, I bet it does.
We should tell them that Sean from the UD is coming, and they would maybe post it because they don't have many guests. Sean, you want to be a special guest?
That would be funny. That's like that. Remember the idea I had? We should do a.
We could almost pull it off. I mean, some of these people I don't know who they are.
Well, John, we could do that and just say we're gonna do a one of those speaking things they have. One of those what is it? One of those speaking things you have. I was gonna say we should have done that one year. I don't know what we would have talked about, but
how to do a podcast and then go. You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, pretty much. Or comic speculating.
Have more dead air than.
Oh God! Anybody got any questions? They just look at each other.
What kind of equipment do you use? I don't know.
Yeah, I got this really fancy mic. It looks like I should be in a radio studio right now, but You just see all the girls that come over here. You're like, "Are you a rapper?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper. That's what I do."
Are you gonna grow the beard back out?
I would have to start like, I wouldn't have enough time to get it back to like that took me like 6 months. Like I'd had to grow it out in like around my birthday, in that October, to like get it like rocking again. It's weird because it's like it doesn't. It makes it honestly. I hate to say it makes me look like a terrorist though. It's like terrible.
Yeah,
I just can't get it. I can't get the fullness of it. It's just like my hair's too straight. Sucks. But
Tough life, man.
I know. I mean, it's not like I don't. At least I gotta give myself credit though. At least I have a beard that's like a full beard. It's not like a, patchy mess.
When does Tony have to start his trek from north of the wall to get down there?
I think he's gonna leave tomorrow.
For all I could tell, there might be 18 feet of snow up there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. He's like, yeah, dude.
I would say it's taller than him, but that doesn't really take much.
I don't know. He's funny.
14
He's like,
guys, we're rocking.
I know. We're gonna beat the UD record of like 65 one day. That's my goal. And then
they got 100 one time, guys.
Oh fuck. And then maybe I'll just do a bunch of fake accounts, just a bunch of Gmail, and just log into like simultaneously.
Bot 1, bot 2.
And then I mean, he kills me though because he's like sitting there and he's telling me he's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave on Wednesday night, dude. He's like driving all the way through the fucking night. Guy's an animal. Listening
to spin doctors,
dude. Eating sunflower seeds and fucking listening to heavy metal. Just fucking cranking.
Melon.
So let's see what else we got. I don't know. We can wait for.
I threw something in the chat.
Do it up, dude, for sure.
In the hangout. We forgot about the movie news of the week.
Yeah, no, you can talk about it.
Well, I mean, there's the rumors of Lobo again.
All right. Omega Man number 3. Start cranking them out.
Michael Bay. That's a book that I'm gonna buy an Omega Man 3, and I've said I'm gonna buy one for 3 years, and I'm like, why?
I bought a whole run of them.
Many.
I bought a whole.
There's too many of them.
I bought a whole run of Omega Man back in remember last Indy for like $35, and I pulled number 3 out and sold it for $50, and basically gave the rest away for like $20.
Well, it's just that book is like, man, that is up there in some of the top 9-8, most out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's one that I keep saying, I'm going to buy one and put it in my PC. And if I bought one, I'd probably flip it. And I'm like, why am I buying it to flip it for $50? I'm just not going to buy it. Now,
John Z, the negative investor.
But I mean, I'm excited if it were to make a movie.
I'm just tired of Michael Bay.
Well, that's fair. He can ruin a lot of things.
But I think he'll do well with Lobo because if he just does a bunch of explosions in there, this Lobo curses everybody out. I mean, it could be like a Deadpool.
I just don't give me a high-speed chase with things falling off a truck.
I don't think you can write a story.
I mean,
I don't think
give him a hover bike, dude. It's fine.
You've got to have the comedy. I mean, I have sold almost every book from my childhood, and I kept a few little chunks of Lobo because I just couldn't let it go.
Oh goodness!
Because I've enjoyed the stupidity so much. But the idea of seeing it done greatly would be amusing. It probably is better animated than it would be real life.
Yeah, I think animated would be better. It'd be like, honestly, probably a good DC animated. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they probably wish they would have got The Rock. Because before he was going to do Black Adam, he was talks for Lobo.
Yeah, I couldn't see The Rock as Lobo.
Who's going to be Lobo? Do they know?
No. You almost need to probably hit that wrestler pool or something like that because it's not.
It's gonna be Roman Reigns. No, I don't know.
Oh, it's got to be somebody with some personality.
Yeah. Well, he's out of it. Look, like somebody said, Roman Reigns in the chat. Hell yeah, Roman Reigns.
I don't even know who that guy is.
He's a big Samoan. He's actually related to The Rock. He's one of the big Samoan dudes. He's got long hair like Lobo does.
I have spent some quality time with that WWE network in the past 2 weeks.
Have you? My man.
Dude, that thing is awesome.
The kids and I have been watching top 10 best and top 10 because like it's got some old people, some young people, and we're like, oh, that guy's awesome. And I'm like, oh, I appreciate that guy now.
I've been on YouTube watching old WCW cruiserweight battles like Psychosis and versus Mysterio versus Juventud Guerrero versus La Parca.
Nice. We've got WrestleMania 3 queued up. We're gonna watch that soon.
Nice.
Is that the one where Hulk slams Andre?
Yeah.
And that's a silver
Steamboat versus Macho.
Fuck yeah, that was the best match out of all that shit.
But they, it's enough that it mixes all up, and they're like, "Oh, that guy's cool. I want to see that guy."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, now I get that guy that you're watching. I didn't get him before."
Back when people were giving living the gimmick like Ric Flair style, I like it.
Oh yeah. Well, there's some people you forget about, and you're like, "Man, he was great." Best big man, King Kong Bundy. That guy was a trip.
King Kong Bundy's a man, dude.
Yeah, so I've been enjoying that channel.
Yeah, it's a good channel.
For $10 a month, there's a lot of stuff.
Well, and they had the NXT stuff, like they put Takeover on there and stuff. That's kind of cool.
And they get the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It feels like a decent bargain in TV relative.
Okay. So let me nerd out on some wrestling. I guess the problem with the network is that it's only $10. You know how pay-per-views used to be $55. So it's like killing since wrestlers are independent contractors, they used to get a pool of the pay-per-view money and the house money. So like they've been significantly declining on that shit. I mean, when CM Punk left, they were saying like that was one of the major problems. Like WrestleMania was their big show, but like their monthly take-ins off the network hasn't been that great, comparatively speaking in the past,
Gonna have a riot.
My thought is, who's paying $60 a month though for all these events?
What do you mean?
Like
back in the day?
Well, back in the day, but I think now I have a hard time believing that people were plopping down $60 a month for these regularly.
I would say I would do it on some of them, but I would only do it on like WrestleMania, Rumble, Survivor Series, and maybe Hell in a Cell. It had to be like marquee ones like Royal Rumble or something like that. But yeah, not on everyone. But I know the hardcore fans will do it. I mean, they every month, regardless of what it was. I mean,
yeah, I get it. I don't know. I just feel like
same ones that laugh at us for the money we spend on comic books.
But don't you think you probably get 6 subscribers to that network? And what if it takes 10? The problem is they just don't get the same money equity out of this deal, I bet.
Right. That's the big problem that the wrestlers are having, kind of, because they used to say, well, I'll say for seasons numbers, like say it was $1 million in pay-per-view, a wrestler would get $100,000. Well, if you're doing you're not doing $1 million anymore, you're only doing $500,000, you're only getting $5,000 or some kind of number like that.
That's fair.
Well, and then the merch, you get a percentage of your merch. You don't get all your merch now. There's no guaranteed contract really. I mean, WCW kind of was the downfall of guaranteed contracts. So, but that's a long conversation we can have about wrestling.
Well, yeah, but I got to think that there's still more exposure than there was 15 years ago.
Yeah, the content's down though. I mean,
there was probably a high tide moment, maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago, where they were raking it in.
The Attitude Era, probably 98 to 03, I bet you.
Yeah, and then it slowly declined.
Yeah, I mean the problem is like the writing. It's like the back stage segments have been pretty bad. It's like soap opera-ish, At least in the Attitude Era, it was pretty decent. Now it's like, it's like just very staged looking, and the PG era as they call it now, like because they have kids and stuff like that. It's like you can't curse, you can't do this. It's very limited. Like,
oh yeah, we were watching some of the old stuff, and the language warnings were there, and one of them had sexual content warnings. And my son's like, I don't think we should watch this one, Dad. I'm like, all right, we'll watch another one.
Yeah, but it's the renaissance of wrestling has, at least for the women, has boasted a lot because like back in the day in the Attitude Era, basically it was just good looking girls who couldn't wrestle for the most part, were just like ex Playboy models who just like valeted a lot. But at least you have wrestlers now who actually wrestle and can hold like main events and stuff. Like Rousey, she's coming back. Like Rousey's gonna do WWE, so that was the big news.
Well, she got her ass. She got her ass kicked, so she got to do something else.
Well, the funny thing is, she signed a full-time contract. It's not like a Brock Lesnar deal where she's only showing up for like 3 pay-per-views a year and getting a truckload of money. But we'll see how that lands out because I heard her. They're saying that okay, she as a wrestling, she's an athlete, right? So she can probably hold her own in the ring, but we'll see what she can do on the mic, Yeah. Because did you watch the last Royal Rumble, Z?
No. Well, I did, but I didn't catch her part.
Yeah, she came out and it was weird because it was like she was smiling, geeking out, which is kind of you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But then she got in serious mode and then she was like smiling, geeking out. So it's like, are you a badass chick? Are you a fanning out kind of like baby face? It was a mixed message. So
I watched through the men's Royal Rumble,
yeah.
And then they watched the women's while I was at work the next day. They didn't wait for me.
Yeah, the women's was pretty good. So.
The men's was great. Like they just threw out those random people. Rey Mysterio fucking showing up. It was entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
I hadn't watched a Royal Rumble in probably 15 years.
You would have liked the women's because they had a lot of the old school girls like Lita and all the old girls like that came out. Trish Stratus came out. So
yeah,
but. It'll be interesting when they do a WrestleMania. So the road to WrestleMania is on its way. It's March. So March, April. So we'll see how it goes.
I was just thinking about it. Did our man DeVoe decide not to join us tonight?
He should be on right now. He should be on any minute. I don't know what he's going to talk about, but we'll have to recap the whole thing.
We could just go through the whole thing and tell them exactly what we did every minute.
Yeah.
And the audience will love it. Guys, you ready for round 2?
Yeah. Okay, so if you're listening, it's a repeat. So did you see my my comment on the side, Scott?
What's that? Where?
About the t-shirt thing.
Can I just say who I'd like to see play Lobo?
Sure.
I'd love an idea.
I'd like to see, he's old as crap, but I'd like to see Danny Trejo play him.
Danny Trejo looks like Lobo, but he might be too old.
Yeah, but that's what. Hey, if they can erase Superman's mustache, they can erase wrinkles.
They didn't erase Superman's mustache properly.
I know. I think I talked about this on a UD, but our free listeners on Netflix. If you search badasses, there's like a series of 3 movies with Danny Trejo playing like a 60-year-old guy who like is a badass and saves his neighborhood, and the second 2 have Danny Glover, and they are terrible 80s action comedy genius.
You mean like Machete?
Scale. It is not as. It is. God, I don't even know how to describe it. It's comedy action, and it is great. You should look them up, and you will enjoy 6 hours of your life. Like they play guys in a retirement community, D-type age.
Oh, it's actually called Badasses. I thought you were just like
it's called Badasses 1, 2, and 3.
Oh wow! It even has so it's Badasses, Badass 2, Badasses, and then
you know what? You know what's funny? What? Is I've seen that on Netflix, and I'm like, that's got to be such a bad movie if that's the title they came up with.
Badass 3, Badasses on the Bayou. Oh man.
The first one is semi like not serious but less, and don't think they're classic cinema, but if you like your 80s action movie, they'll fill your bill.
It's like some grindhouse stuff.
It's not that violent though. It's more like 80s violent but silly. So I don't know. I watched them randomly one weekend and they were worth it. Jimmy Linguini's probably watched them.
I'll have to check it out then.
You can't go wrong with Danny Trejo.
I figured, if there's 3 badasses and I haven't heard of them, I was like, that doesn't sound like a good thing. But
I mean, you're not gonna give it an Oscar, but if you just need something to,
it's like Sharknado, dude. Sharknado.
It'll
better than that.
Me.
Don't entertain it. Don't call it Sharknado.
Oh God.
Don't insult the man, Dino.
Don't insult the man. I wish Matt was here because 9 would be great for Matt. I bet you Matt would have a ton of books. I guess we can talk about it now. Hopefully he shows up. If he doesn't,
hold on. I got a question for you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Ben C did a poll about do you guys rebag your comics when you buy them? I just figured that was an interesting question because I'm sure some people do and some people don't.
The laziness in me doesn't. Usually
you never do.
I know. I'm fucking terrible.
Having to rebag your shit.
I know. I know. Honestly, it's not that bad. So this year, I mean, I bought books that aren't from some shady collection somewhere. They're from Second and Charles, or new bags and boards. So I mean, basically, I just gotta get new bags pretty much. I mean, it'll be because they have that stupid shitty sticker on there that if you peel off, it's a pain in the ass. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll just rebag them now. I mean, I don't have that many to rebag anyways, but
I was so lazy this year for IndieCon prep, and I pulled stickers off versus rebagging.
Do you want to talk about indie? How about do you want to talk about indie prepping, or do you want to save that for another show?
I only have maybe 2 short boxes of $1 books, but they ought to sell freaking fast because they should be $5 books. I just don't care to wait on. That's all that.
What I'm gonna do. So what Z doesn't know right now is I'm gonna indie. I'm gonna buy those 2 short boxes, and I'm just gonna relabel them to $5.
You know what? More power to you. You buy them all out, and I won't freaking care. That's beer money and the steak dinner.
Can we pay you in beer and steak?
Yeah. What if I say I'll pick up your beer money, your beer tab, and your steak dinner?
It might be worth it. I don't know. It's just some of it's crap, but there's just stuff in there. I'm I'm not gonna sit there and hope somebody looks through the box.
Oh, I will. I'll pull them out. What I owe you, and I'll just do. And then you'll say me let's say $40. I'll try to cheat you down to 20.
Nope.
Yeah, Dino, we'll just cherry pick that shit as soon as before the
whatever. I don't care. It's just stuff I'm just not gonna wait on. This crap. I want my space back. I have a vision for my little comic area, and I'm done.
Wow.
You're salty.
Yeah, Z's fired up. I love it.
Z, you know what's funny? Z, when we started this thing, me and Z started this thing, and he's like, yeah, dude, I got this closet. And I'm like, this is the first time I ever met Z. He's like, yeah, man, I got this closet full of fucking books. Just a shit ton of books in there. I'm like, oh, God. And now
Go ahead.
Now the space is I got this little space now. I only got 3 short boxes.
No, but he used to stack long boxes 3 wide and then 3 the other way and then 3 wide and then 3 the other way and have fucking 15 long boxes in there and you got to haul them in and out. I just want to be able to have 9 short boxes. That's it. I got 3 shelves, 2 at the top and then some on the floor and that's it. I don't want to not have to fucking move shit anymore.
You're in my boat, baby. I only got 2 short boxes right now. Well, I got all the slabs, but I mean that's a different story. So
I mean, I've got maybe 3 boxes of 3 shorties of decent books, and then I'll bring some slabs and whatever. But there's some of it it's not coming home.
So. Yeah, no, indie purge, man. It's great. It's a good time.
Yeah, that's the way I was with my.
Because if I don't sell it at indie for $1 a book, I'm not gonna eBay it. I'm gonna have to freaking Craigslist it for $50 and be pissed that I have to meet some shady asshole in a Burger King parking lot.
And then he's gonna say, "Oh, bro, I only have 25 of you." He's like 25.
Or is it just pull out a gun and be like, "Give me all your money"?
I don't care if you guys cherry pick it. I don't care if a dealer comes and goes, "Take all this." I mean, there's some junk in there. I'm not gonna lie.
We're not letting that one dude in.
No, that one dude. No, fuck that dude. I'll curse on the podcast.
Oh,
right
I
now.
know that dude.
Yeah, you know.
When he
He's at
comes by,
Baltimore.
he goes, hey dude, what's going on? He's gonna be like, hey man, can I look at your books? I'm like, the price is the price, man.
Well, that's that guy from Baltimore too. He's a bit sleazy.
Yeah, we saw him at Baltimore too. He tried to be buddy with us. Hey guys, and then he's like, and then the skeevy little ass is like, oh, you should have told me you were coming. I could have got you some vendor passes.
Yeah.
I don't want anything from you.
Yeah, I don't know. I it'll be interesting to see the vendor list this year. I'm waiting to see.
I think a lot of the guys aren't going to be there that were there last year.
I don't, like Ben's boy's not going to be there. I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. The first year, I mean, you didn't come the first year, Dino. I went as just a buyer.
Yeah.
It was to Tampa guys, and they had a bunch of the big dealers. Like, it was a pretty serious dealer crowd, and they didn't sell any big books because it was a shit show. It wasn't like epic shit show like some of these. It was just they didn't have wide enough aisles. You couldn't get anywhere, and like they assumed 10,000 people, and they had 30.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's
nobody,
how Motor City is.
But nobody could buy anything because it was too crowded. And, there wasn't a lot of nobody knew what to expect. So then the next year, when we sold, there were a few big dealers, but not a ton. But the medium and small dealers made a lot of money. I mean, we did well, and we weren't even very smart that first year.
And we were like not even with the other people. We were like by the bathroom that didn't work. By the
Ninja
big,
Turtles.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtle. The Ninja Turtles saved us, thank God. And the big Ragnarok thing, or the big fucking Star Wars thing, the Rancor thing. Yeah.
Who had a Rancor?
No, they had like a big Rancor there, dude. It was crazy. You could take a photo with it and shit.
It was like full size, man. It was pretty cool. I mean, of the things I've seen at a con, that was pretty badass.
I mean, I wouldn't have paid, what was it, like $50-$60 to get a picture with it or some shit, but
I have no idea. But it was cool. It was cool to stand next to it, all day and go, that's pretty badass.
That's when you go in, like, get in there as soon as you can get in the morning, Dino. Get your picture when there's nobody there.
Oh, dude, we did it with the Turtles, man, at the end of the show. We're like, hey, can we get a photo with you boys? They're like, yeah. So it was good times.
Well, but I mean, it's went in ebbs and flows, and then the next year they got a good rep for people making money, so some big dealers came back, and then last year they fucked it with that Easter thing, so some stayed, but I think they got thrashed, man. The big dealers.
Well, the big dealers,
it's also 1 week before C2E2, so the guys that would spend money are like, I'm gonna go to C2E2 and get autographs.
Well, the big thing too is most of the other guys, like the big boys, I mean, they got a profit margin on books, you know what I'm saying? For us lowly dudes, I guess you want to call us. I mean, we got more wiggle room than the big boys. We don't have a store. We don't have, brick and mortar. We don't,
No, it's going to be Midwest guys that I can do this show with a half-day travel will show up, but anybody else ain't coming.
Z, you know what I'm going to do this year? The first thing I'm ever going to do, I think I'm going to buy a whole wall, I think.
Yeah.
Buy a whole wall.
Go buy Dale's wall.
No, well, not Dale's wall. I think, yeah, I wish.
I bet we'll find some deals, though, if you want to buy some shit out on day 1 or day 3.
Yep. No, I'm going to go to, like, that one dude we had last year.
Dude, yeah.
I'm going to buy his whole wall if he comes back. Just the whole thing.
Well, that guy sets out up at, like, a bi-monthly place, a bi-monthly show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does very well just because, you only get the same 400 people that show up or 200 people or whatever it is, and they buy the same couple things every time, and you don't kill it. I think he said, I paid $400 for this table, and I'm going to burn some inventory.
Yep.
And I bet he went home, and he was a happy man, probably made $2K on shit that's been sitting for 5, 6, 7 shows.
Yep.
And sometimes you get that point of, I'm going to take some profit.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, after a while, you just got to cut dead inventory.
Our fearless leader showed up.
Is that me?
That's
Matty
you.
Ice.
What up, guys?
What up, baby?
I'm eating some dinner while you guys finish your con stories.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm good. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. We're a little light on topics today. I don't know if you want to bring anything to the table.
Who's going to be Lobo, Matty Devo?
Who's going to be Lobo?
Yeah, we said The Rock, Roman Reigns. We're saying he's got to be a wrestler.
No, I don't know if they'll go with the wrestling. Rock is too busy. Mimosa's too busy. No, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, it's interesting. Like, you wouldn't see that. Who's the name of the guy that plays the cop on Stranger Things? You wouldn't have looked at him and said, "Hey, that's Hellboy," you know.
I mean, Brad Garrett played Lobo. John DiMaggio played Lobo. Yeah, I don't know.
It'll probably be Channing Tatum.
Oh God. Oh my
Magic
God.
Mike.
They're saying, okay, listen to this. This is.
And you know what? I would still go.
You need the personality more than the Bill they can freaking CGI anything.
Ready? They're saying this is, check this out. These are these 4 people, and it's The Rock, right? Which we talked about. Terry Crews.
George Clooney.
No, that's George Clooney. Mark Wahlberg or Rob Gronkowski. Like,
Wahlberg would be terrible.
Oh, terrible.
I don't think Terry Crews would be that bad. I mean, look. I mean, he kind of was like Lobo when in Idiocracy with Hector Camacho, Mountain Dew.
A little bit. I'll give you that.
It's got electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes. So a plant's grave.
I appreciate that movie more and more every year.
Oh, every year we get closer to it, man.
Yeah, no, like especially the past 2 years where, you know, the war between the two sides. I'm like, man.
I remember watching it 10 years ago, man, this is dumb. And I watched it this year and went, oh, this hits way too close to home.
I'm baiting right now.
I mean, Jason Momoa as a Lobo. I mean, that's who it should be. I mean,
if he's Aquaman, he can't do it.
I know.
You should just jump, say fuck this Aquaman thing. I'm out.
I mean, look, Ryan Reynolds did it. Fuck it.
What if they're like, guess what? Aquaman was being impersonated by Lobo the whole time.
Like, fuck. Like a fucking bad Donny Cates story.
I mean, had they officially announced Lobo?
I don't know. You're the one in Hollywood. It was just some rumor with Michael Bay.
Well, that's probably accurate. Michael Bay's not working right now.
But Michael Bay will freaking kill it. It won't be good.
No, see, before you got on, dude, I was saying, just hover, have
oh, whoa. I told you. Coyotes in the backyard. Damn it, Jimmy Linguini.
So, before I was really interested by Z's dog, we were talking about Michael Bay, just having him like CGI a fucking hover bike in there, dude, and a couple explosions and have him curse a couple times. It's a perfect movie. You don't need a big plot.
It's true.
You know, I think it'll be okay. I mean, it's not like I need some fucking thought-provoking M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like,
besides,
I'm looking through IMDb. Well, it depends how they do it. You know, if they bring him into the end of a movie, you kind of have to have a big star to drive it. It's why, like, what movie was announced? Was it officially announced? I mean, maybe I shouldn't mention something, but I was gonna say there's another comic book character played by an actor who, you know, you wouldn't go see it unless it was like, you know, it sparks some interest because that actor is, you know, playing him.
Yeah. No, I understand. I mean, when you have Mark Wahlberg in Transformers, I mean, it definitely is better than some no name. I mean, I understand marketability.
And Wahlberg, I mean, he's rough. Like he's either really good or he can be completely awful. Yeah. Like what was that tree movie? The M. Night Shyamalan, where the trees were killing people. Oh, I can't remember the name of that movie.
The Happening?
Yeah. Oh God. Where like the trees would only kill you if you're in groups of 3 or more or something like that. Oh, that was terrible.
I mean, he just needs to stick to like Boston centric movies or like military movies. This is niche.
Italian Job.
Yeah. Italian Job. Fighter, Lone Survivor, Patriots.
The Other Guys.
The Other Guys
is great. I love that movie.
Yeah, I'm just looking through actors. I don't know. That's a tough one. But yeah, I mean, it can be. It doesn't have to be a white actor, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting who they. I mean, maybe it's a nobody. You know, I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of a rough film to like launch a career with.
They're saying it's gonna be $200 million, dude. If it's made, that's what it's gonna cost.
Yeah, and I think they said Michael Bay said he wants to lower that, which
they're saying Ron Perlman too. I don't know.
He's too old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he stepped away from Hellboy.
What do you think, Batista? What about
He didn't
Batista?
step
What
away
about Dave
from Hellboy.
Batista?
He was kind of voice force. Batista could do it, but it would be strange.
Yeah, I'd be crossing over. Those guys are locked down too much right now. Freshie.
What about they got a bunch
Power up.
okay, Matt, you weren't on here. What about Gronk, dude? Everybody's saying Gronk, like Rob Gronkowski from the Patriots.
Could he act?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's funny.
No, I
He can
don't.
catch a football.
Yeah.
that's like the guy from Step by Step being in Kickboxer.
Yeah. What about? And then they say like Jason Statham, Michael Jai White, which I mean,
fuck this. Goldberg.
Goldberg, Terry Crews.
Goldberg's been making the rounds lately.
Yeah.
Huh, I don't know.
He doesn't have the personality. It's got to be somebody with a little bit of freaking badassness in him.
You need someone to really. I mean, there's got to be some. Oh, you know who should do it? I got it. The red hair guy from Game of Thrones. He's gruff enough to really like
what's it?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's got like a Icelandic name.
Yeah, I forget that. And he's also in
Tormund is the character name.
But he would be good.
Yeah.
A little bit of piss and vinegar.
Yeah, and he you know, he would be coming off of the last two seasons of or one of the last seasons of Game of Thrones.
They're filming right now.
And he's probably going to die this season. So, you know, like that guy's too in the thick of it all the time.
He'll probably pick a bunch of guys off of that show Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Christopher. Is it Habju or Havu?
Yeah,
that's the dude.
But like Game of Thrones is the perfect pool to pull from because
do the mountain. Just give us the mountain, dude. Fuck it.
He can't talk though.
It doesn't matter.
Which one?
Yeah, I know.
The blue-faced one.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that season.
Oh, they're saying. Oh, we didn't talk about that. Like it's February 2020 now or some shit.
What's up?
The last season of Thrones is like pushed out like another year. I heard.
2020.
Yeah, I think it's like 2020. I heard.
Oh, so someone said Kevin Durant. Have the guy who played the Russian guy on the Strain.
I didn't watch that.
So here's a wild idea. They could just do freaking motion capture like the Hulk.
Yeah, but it still doesn't look great. You know, in long.
To do a whole movie with that would be pricey, huh?
Because like the Hulk worked in the Avengers movie, but I kind of noticed that he was CG a lot more in the last Thor movie because he was in it more. And there was more of him just not moving. You know, you could really notice the.
Yeah.
What about Bale?
No, he's little.
If he does a stupid Batman voice, maybe.
Well, I mean, hopefully he would change his voice.
I'm little.
Could have been Hardy could have done it, but Hardy's doing Venom.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's doing it, Bob.
Somebody has Norman Reedus as Lobo. What the fuck?
What did you guys think of the teaser for Venom?
A bit underwhelming.
No, I took it the other way. I'm glad they didn't show Venom like in full shoot. I think they should wait for the whole wait for it to come out. They kind of like
I don't even think they should have teased it. They should have just said it's coming.
Right.
I don't know. I think it needs to be like Joker-esque in a Dark Knight, where the first time you see him is like they didn't do any. I don't think they did. They didn't do any shows of Joker right in the trailers until you saw him on screen for the first time in the bank.
Really? Did they not show him in the trailers?
I don't think they did, or I can't remember. Maybe I didn't watch any of the trailers either because I was so hyped up about it.
Matt just turned us on to a focus group.
Right. What? How'd you feel about it?
That's why yellow makes me sad.
Yeah. How many of you were aroused?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm gonna shoot this email. Why don't you write this out and then sign your name at the bottom?
I've been watching Silicon Valley and those focus group things. I just keep saying, Bob, Sally, Brian, Dino.
Oh God. No, I think it'd be smart if they didn't show Venom at all until the big screen, and they'd like kind of do it like Joker style and put it like in 4K and shit, and just fucking boom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hope he's scary.
yeah,
They just freaking ruined some of these movies with all the previews.
yeah. When half the movie's already explained to me in all the trailers, I don't need to see 6 trailers. Just give me one trailer and let me, you know.
Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't read some of the spoilers that happened during Black Panther. I was reading some article and it was about Black Panther, and I didn't realize it was spoilers until I was like already reading it.
Oh God. Or listen to the whole Kendrick Lamar album for Black Panther. I heard there's a bunch of spoilers in that shit too.
Black Panther gonna die.
Damn it, Kendrick Lamar! Damn it! You had one job.
An hour 30 minutes. He's gonna die.
And there's 2 cut screens at the end. You gotta stay in your seat.
He's really descriptive.
No, but seriously, are there 2 cutscenes?
I don't know that.
I mean, of course there is. It's Marvel.
Yeah, it's Marvel. Yeah.
Well, how many did Guardians of the Galaxy have? 8? They were terrible, but there were like 8 of them.
Yeah, I want something meaty. If you're gonna stay 15 minutes at the end of the movie, give me something meaty.
I can take one laugh one, but I need something worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm not staying for an outtake. Come on.
Tom Hardy's just goofing around, like, "Hey guys." It's like,
I mean, the Deadpool one was funny. I did appreciate that one. The Ferris Bueller homage.
Yeah.
You're still here?
Yeah, but that was funny, and then he still told you, hey,
Right.
there's a sequel.
It's like, oh yeah, Cable's gonna be in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I remember everyone was like, I don't think it's true.
Did anyone figure out who the guy was behind in that? You know, the still shot from the recent Deadpool trailer, the guy next to Shatterstar.
I don't think so.
I know there was a whole bunch of speculation.
I believe his name is Cannon Fodder.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah, he's a red shirt.
Yeah, isn't Cannonball supposed to be in it?
I don't
No.
know.
I don't know, man.
Is anybody saying opening night?
I would if I wasn't going out of town.
When does Deadpool come out? I forget.
Oh, that's fair. I meant Black Panther, but yeah, Black Panther. I mean, I don't think I'm going to see it opening night, but Deadpool comes out in July. I think it's July.
Wow, that's pretty far.
Yeah. Which is kind of crazy that they're doing previews and trailers and all this shit for like July. I mean, I think it's July. Let me double check. Deadpool 2.
It does feel like DC can't get their shit together to even like put a schedule out.
Oh, it's May. It's May. But still, that's a long way away, man. It's fucking 3 months.
It'll be here soon.
I know.
Well, I read something about DC where they're completely scrapping a lot of their plans and focusing on the villains. Excuse me. Mostly. Like they're going to do, they want to focus on the Injustice League and Lobo's half hero, half bad guy, right?
Well, the Injustice League would be great, but you fucking ruined Lex Luthor already.
Oh, man.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
The red capes are coming.
I mean, you just don't have any villains to base it on.
Right.
He sucked in that.
Wonder Woman, while it was a solid movie, the villain sucked. Let's
It
be
seems
honest.
like they do a bad job of picking from their catalog.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
Or they're trying to build up to something bigger. I don't know, but
Like Steppenwolf was just a waste.
yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, so is Nightwing dead?
No, it's still going.
I mean, I don't know what's dead or alive. I mean, Batgirl, Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad,
I don't
all
think
that
they
shit.
know. Yeah, I don't think they know right now.
You got
Although
fucking
it's
Rock
not
signed to a
announced.
contract, and you don't even know what movie you're putting him in.
Yeah, I thought Jeff Johns was supposed to be like the overall creative director. It doesn't seem like it seems like they say that, and then the Warner Brothers top people just do what they want.
They brought in some new guy.
I mean, but that says where DC's at. You have the number one grossing kind of actor out there who can't do wrong right now. Save fucking made a shit ton of Jumanji. My grandmother to my kids loved it. And you can't figure out where he's going to be a villain.
Yeah,
That is not a good sign. Just put him in all of them then.
just put The Rock in everything.
Well,
I mean, why not?
You have him tied to a contract and you can't put him in anything? Then put him in all of them.
Well, you know what's happening. You're just saying he can't get into anybody else's stuff. It's like back in the like wrestling days, man. It's like just lock up actors so they can't do other projects.
Well, I mean, it's stupid. I don't care. He was going to be in Shazam. Oh, we're not going to do Shazam. He's going to do a standalone. We're not sure about that. Okay, he's going to be Suicide Squad is what I heard last.
Well, I mean, you got the biggest actor. You just want to make sure you get the most bang out of your buck, I guess. I mean,
Well, fucking
make him Superman. Fuck it.
well, lock him. Well, I heard he was going to be a Man of Steel 2 at one point.
You know, Vin Diesel would actually be really good at Lobo. Now that we think about it, I think.
Yeah, he could pull it off.
I remember like 3 years ago, I looked at Dwayne Johnson on IMDb, and he had like 21 freaking movies in production. Well, like
that's the other thing is
pre-production
if you don't fucking put him on the schedule, it's going to be 3 more years till he's free.
Yeah.
I
mean,
Yeah,
hell,
that
he's
dude-
he's
that
not even
dude's
doing
busy.
that. Well, he's doing that, and he's doing his own. He's got picked his one of his shows got picked up by a fucking major network this week.
I'm about to blow your minds. I think I just got to confirm I'm not crazy.
Oh goodness.
You are crazy.
No, this should be good.
You buy
No.
double Western covers, man.
Yeah, but you're still crazy.
No, this should be good if I'm not crazy on what it is.
No matter what the results of what you think it is, you're still crazy. What do-
Hold on, you guys can keep talking. I just need a minute.
Yeah, I was like, this is good. This is good radio. Let's just.
You keep talking. I need a minute.
He's looking up furry porn. What is he doing over
I
there?
wonder what it do.
It's like Jeopardy, man. Come on, man. You gotta like. Yeah. I'll take anal bum covers, Alex.
The penis mightier.
I did notice that all the Marvel Studio movies actually come out prior to July this year. There's no fall movie
Oh wow.
because they got Black Panther's coming out, and then in May is Avengers, right? And then Ant-Man and Wasp comes out in July, from what I saw.
Yep.
So they don't have anything like in the fourth quarter.
But no,
Well-
is it cartoon though? Is it animated?
What's that?
I'm just saying, is Marvel releasing an animated movie? And
I'm not sure.
I think that's what it is. 18. Hold on, let me look. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Or are you talking
I
about
mean-
Disney animated?
I mean,
No, Marvel
Marvel-
animated.
Marvel's such a powerhouse. They can put a movie wherever they want, and everyone will move accordingly. So if they want a date, if they want the summer dates, they'll get them.
Yeah, Avengers is May. Deadpool's May. July. Aquaman. Oh, that's DC. X-Men Dark Phoenix is
Yay.
going to be November 2nd.
Yeah, but that's not Marvel Well,
Well,
yeah.
and then you got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse December 14th. But that's not fall.
And that's not Marvel either.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Which is weird because when they had like the 2 movies and then they went to 3, they had them spread out. But I'm
Yeah.
Okay, so it is a old link and not confirmed, and nothing's happened in a while. But at one point, the Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, was tied to a Fall Guy remake.
oh god. Oh god.
Crossover special.
Starsky and Hutch
Right.
is awesome.
They need to make a Starsky and Hutch with him and Kevin Hart.
Well, did you guys see after the Super Bowl there was like a petition to get Son of Crocodile Dundee made?
Yes, with Kenny Powers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if they wouldn't have ruined it telling you what it was, that was an impressive little ad campaign.
Right. Did you know that Australia has great restaurants?
Oh, that's funny though.
Because there were what 3 teasers? There was one with like every person from Australia in it.
Yeah, Margot Robbie was in one.
I remember reading in news articles about the movie or supposed movie.
I mean, they can't keep a secret for a fucking 2 weeks.
I mean, I'm sure Crocodile Dundee #1's went off the shelf there.
Yeah, at least saw some movement. When was the last time you watched that? Man, I think it was like 6.
Yeah, I think so too. Paul Hogan in his prime.
Not a knife.
That's funny. I think he hated playing Crocodile Dundee. I think too, didn't he? Like, if somebody brought it up like afterwards, he's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, pretty well kind of pigeonholed him.
Yep. Oh, Paul Hogan.
Probably just didn't get a good enough residual deal.
I mean, that burns everybody, I guess, except for Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld.
I'll tell you what, that show I'm enjoying on Netflix is that Comedians in Cars with Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Did you watch the one with John Oliver?
I haven't watched that one yet.
No, it was pretty funny. I enjoyed that one. And Kristen Wiig was really good.
Yeah, I saw Kristen Wiig at they had a Laugh-A-Palooza here kind of thing. It was pretty good.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. It was Dave Chappelle was there. Who else was there? Dave Chappelle, Hannibal Buress, Jeffrey Ross was a roaster guy. It was funny. He just roasted the whole crowd the first 15 minutes and then warming everybody up. So
I got it. Let's just have Conor McGregor be Lobo.
that'd be kind of funny.
He's not big enough, but man, he's got the attitude.
Oh, I mean, they could CGI, put some muscles on him or something.
I mean, if Chris Pratt can fucking bulk up, anybody can.
It's just how much HGH you can take.
Connor's used to cutting weight.
Yeah, no shit.
Give him some HGH and some fucking cheeseburgers. He can book bad 50 pounds.
Fucking look like Brock Lesnar.
I just need the HGH and I can play Lobo because I'm good at cheeseburgers.
Well, maybe Z can hook you up. They got that shit at the old pharmacist.
I don't have any with me, but
good stuff.
I mean, you're already playing dual roles. I saw your last video. I mean, you're like fucking double impact in there, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Fucking double impact.
I had to move the camera all the way to the end of the room to fit both of me in it.
You were done. You were Dante's Peak volcano. So you guys buy anything good lately?
We were going to talk about that. We'll make this a part of our segment. What did you buy this week on eBay? I bought one of the cargo hold Ghost Riders. The 35 they released over the week. Which one is that? Ghost Rider 8 or Venom number 8? The Durkovich, is it? I think it's a Durkovich variant cover.
I forget what that one looks like.
It was on Stein's Ghost.
Okay.
It's it looks like him, and it's got like the old it's just like Pumpkinhead style Ghost Rider with the big old spear, like Triton kind of thing. Yeah. I bought what else did I buy? Well, we bought some variants, a shit ton of them.
Anything good?
A legit shit ton. I mean,
a lot of like $25, $10, $15.
Yeah,
just inventory, really.
I mean,
Sure.
how many books did we buy, like quantity wise?
Like 95.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Where'd you get those from?
Scorpion Comics.
Okay.
Packed them like a champ.
Did they
did.
sting you on the sale?
No.
No venom.
No Venom.
Right.
What else did we get?
I bought one book for myself. X-Force 26.
Oh yeah.
I got a 9.8 in that. Here's just a fucking awesome Gronoff cover. I just put
It
the
is
link in
awesome. You buy that?
I bought
Did you get on IG or eBay?
eBay.
Yeah.
It was
That's a solid cover.
something I've been watching for like 6 months or so. One finally popped up.
You get it for cheapy? Was it cheapy?
It was like $80.
I have all of the Granov runs for X-Men. I actually like got rid of most of my X-Men books around that time frame, but I kept all those. Is that doing anything? I haven't looked it up in ages.
No, but I just love the covers.
I know, like $12. Yeah, those are the only ones I kept.
It was Venom 12, not 8. Thanks, John.
The only thing I really bought this past week was just the Spider-Man books that had the quote Red Goblin.
That's not what I heard.
Right,
I heard from some guy who's a white knight that it's not.
no, that's what people said. So, but I bought 3 of them because I was like, look, if I don't buy it, it's going to go up in value. And then
I love that logic.
Sean was talking me into it, and I was like, oh, no, I don't think I'm not gonna jump on this one. And then I texted him the next day. I'm like, I bought 3.
It wasn't Scorpion. It was Steampunk Comic Shop. But it's okay.
Scorpion's cooler.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's gonna be our second entity we open. Scorpion Comics.
I think that exists already.
I think it does.
Damn it.
Yeah, they were selling the Spawn versions with Scott's Collectibles. The Matina Spawns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Z, what did you pick up? I want to hear what Z picked up.
So I can't. Oh, I was going to post some pics in the Hangout, but apparently the chat does not tie to my phone, so I cannot on some of it.
Well,
so I mentioned the pick homage that I bought, the Hulk 340, which I was just laughed my ass off when I saw. I mean, it's from earlier this year, but I mean, 3 spoons like a freaking claw is hilarious to me. And my 7-year-old laughed like it was the funniest shit on earth. So that meant that I needed it.
So that was worth it.
That was worth it. My first store exclusive in a while. I might have picked up some Spider-Gwen 26 second prints because somebody we know talked about them.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yep.
2 things that are equally off the beaten path. I'll talk about the non-eBay one and then the eBay one.
Okay.
So I bought 2 more fucking Mexican non-canon Spider-Man books.
Oh. How many were there? There was only like what?
No, there's like 40 or 60. There's a lot. I will throw pics in our normal Hangout because I can't throw them anywhere else. But it is, the covers on these 2 are amazing. It's got, because the whole story of this is Gwen Stacy did not die. The Mexicans were not fans of Gwen Stacy dying. And either they asked Marvel and Jim and Shooter or they didn't. It's up to debate. So one of these covers is Gwen Stacy pretty much looking pretty good girled out in some skimpy 70s outfit. And then the other one is Spider-Man swinging next to some lady whose name is Satanica. And if you look at her hair in the cover, it spells Satanica.
Oh, that's kind of badass.
So they're pretty much Spider-Man meets sci-fi meets good girl art. And I'm like, this stuff is rare. You can't find it. I watch the global eBay forever. I happen to be in like a Facebook group that collects them, and I'm like, this stuff is nuts. And I don't know if it never picks up great, and if it does, great. But this stuff is, you're not going to go to your shop and find 15 copies. You're not going to go to Mexico and find 15 copies. Somebody has a few, but there aren't a lot out there, and if they are, they're beat to shit. But this stuff is just wacky and out there.
Sounds
I
like
mean,
fun.
there's like 80 issues, and I'm just buying the ones with really cool covers. There is one where Gwen and Spider-Man get married, but that one's a pretty expensive issue right now, even.
Are these graded? Or are they
These are
just raw?
not. The one I bought a couple weeks ago was Big Booty Gwen, like Gwen staring with her ass
Oh, yeah.
hanging out.
That's the
Big
one that
booty.
Mel commented on, right?
Yeah. So these are not. These are raw. But that first one with the Gwen in front is supposed to be around an 8. So we will see. But I don't know. There's not a lot of copies, and if you're going to gamble on something, buy Rare Spider-Man. They're not variants, but if for some reason Marvel decided to publish this run or do something to get a little attention to it, they would be pretty fucking rare and pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome.
The other thing I bought is I finally, after 2 years, an Injustice first print 9/8 popped up.
Congrats.
So I nabbed that, and I was debating because last week it was up for $199 and nobody bought it, and it went down to $179, and I'm like, I don't know. And I was looking at some Facebook posts, and a guy that runs a shop was talking, and he was saying that like the Injustice series is, in his words, the highest selling kind of like back trade that they sell in the shop from DC, not including some of the other Image stuff, but for DC wise, they sell a shit ton of this stuff because people want to read it. Characters die and they don't come back. It's not, rehashing the same story every 2 years. If it happens in this universe, it is definitive. So there's kind of real consequences and, a unique story, and the video game line has a pretty free license to do what the hell they want.
Oh, I mean, it's not, who knows what they'll do, but when you think about the past DC movies, except for maybe just Suicide Squad, none of them have really been fun. I mean, Wonder Woman was a little fun, but like, imagine if they did Injustice. It would be a lot of fun if they just let their characters be opposite of what they are,
Yeah, it's dark, but it's enjoyable.
It would be
You're
fun
not
to
tied
watch.
to all the bullshit. And they said the DC Universe trades did very well too, just because it's got your characters, but it's not tied to reality. They kind of they just took an Elseworlds and went with it for, man, I don't know how many issues. It's got to be, between Injustice 1 and 2, it's got to be 150 issues.
How many of the variants do you have now?
3, but I mean, 2 of them aren't noteworthy. That 9/6 is the best I got, and one's probably like a 6.
Yeah, I looked through. I have I think the whole first run of the first series, and then half of the second series. But I have the third print that has the same cover as the variant, but
Yeah,
that's black and white.
I bought a 9/8 SS of that the other day. I don't know. It could be nothing, but there aren't many graded. It was a hot book when it came out, if you remember, 4 or 5 years ago.
For sure.
It was $125 9/8 then, which now would probably be a $300 9/8. Just on the way that everything's escalated. The run is not very big.
There's the DC cover logo one.
Man,
that's on eBay right now for $35.
No, I can't make any money on that.
Yeah.
It's as cheap as 6 or 7, and I don't understand it. It's the one that came out with GameStop.
Yeah.
But the market is flooded with that one.
Sure.
And that's what makes it kind of hard, is that's the same cover as the other one, but it's, it's got a barcode versus the DC logo.
That's the one that came out with the collector's edition of the game, because that's what
I almost wish the variant had a different cover, but it also makes it sometimes easier to snipe because people don't notice.
Right.
But I don't know, the Injustice, the main cover, there has not, somebody was sharing the GPA and we were looking at it. The last 9/8 sale was in 16. Some of the variants and some of the other stuff hasn't come up since 14.
What other variants are you guys chasing these days?
All of them.
I mean, But you gotta think of, like, there's a book like when the guys were talking about She-Hulk on the Unpressable. Yeah, that I was crying when they were talking about it. I was totally crying.
We had one. We sold ours.
I really wanted. I sent Sean a post where I asked for it in like 2015. I was like, anyone have this? And no one did. I think Jimmy had one. I think
Jimmy had the only one.
He had a 98 SS on eBay, and it was like, I think he offered it for like $375 or something like that. And I just couldn't do it.
I mean, yeah. I've been looking at ghost hunting books, I guess variant wise, but I mean, like I bought the monocyte Sinkovich variant, just like pretty low run. I'll hopefully get a 9.8 out of that.
Which one?
The monocyte number, I think it's 1 or 2. I think it's 1 or 2. Yeah, it's all black book. I think it's monocyte number 1. I think. Sinkovich.
The ones I really want, I haven't looked for in a while, are the why am I blanking on it? Crap. It's the I can't remember the name of it. Ignore me.
No, I got you. I got you. Here's the cover for what I picked up. I put it in the side chat there. It's number 2, actually. I think, not number 1. It's in center cover. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a tough 9.8. I bet. I bet you, and a lot of people didn't buy them, and people who bought them probably didn't. Oh,
that's a crazy cover. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I found it pretty cheaply, I guess, theoretically. So, I did Fistful of Blood too. I don't think it's gonna give me a 9.8 though.
Did you say a fishful?
No, a fistful. Fistful? Like a fistful?
Fistful?
Blood, I think it's number 2. I think it's number 2 from IDW back in the day. What cover is it? I don't. It's bad. I sent a whole box to Sean. I don't even know what fucking was in there. I did a Vision 1. The incentive Vision 1 that Trey was talking about. I threw one of those in there. A Sinkovich Hawkman number 4, the one that people were talking about.
Yeah, that's a good cover.
What else did I throw in
Ryan
there?
Sook Vision variant.
Yeah, Ryan's. No, is that the one when they're in the doorway? The first Viv Vision.
Oh, yeah, but the variant had was it like the building or something on it? The Ryan Sook.
No, I didn't. I didn't get that one. I got the regular cover, I think.
Gotcha.
What else did I throw in there? I get my Batman 121 graded. That's a cool thing.
I gotta send a bunch of books in to get graded.
Yeah, I can't wait for my bill. It's gonna be fucking astronomical. I sent 25, I think, Matt.
How'd you do it? Fast pass?
Well, no. Well, Sean's got to press them, but then I'll fast pass them. So hopefully I can get them back in time. This is the other cover I sent. Oh, it's number 4.
I need to send some. I forgot to renew my memberships. Oh my god!
And you know what's funny? You should have told me. I would have thrown it in my order that we just sent.
Well, I was hoping to, but it's just the shipping. I'm like, man, if I could sneak it in shipping with you guys and then get it to Indy, it'd be worth it. But otherwise,
I'm gonna get them. Like, it's gonna be close.
Wow! Holy crap! Wonder Woman 609 sold about a week ago for $175.
I don't want to talk about those Wonder Womans. I had a whole freaking run of them that I sold for like $20 a pop.
That Wonder Woman 609 Gardner variant is probably one of my top 10 favorite covers.
Oh,
it's underrated.
That's one of those that you look back and go, "Why did I sell them?"
And I mean, I have so many of those books where you're like, I could find it again. Like I got rid of I can still find it. The Shira Dodson Moto cover. Like I sold my copy. It was maybe like a 9.2. So it wasn't a perfect copy.
What the thing is, we get like, it's not. I'm gonna get a better one.
Yeah, exactly. And I haven't seen one since, like in high grade. But yeah, man, that Gardner variant it's steady. I'm just looking at it right now.
Well, that whole run exploded, man. I bought them all for about $2 each, and it was like, man, I'm selling them for 25, 30. I'm loving life. Dumbass.
I mean, you could say that about so many books.
Don't look back.
I mean, it's like the past couple months, like every hot book, like the Thanoses and the Totally Awesome Hulks, and what was the other one? Who's the other new character? Maybe that was it. But I had all those books in my hand, and I had like 3 or 4, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do this, and I put them all back.
Well, I got my Baltimore one back from Totally Awesome Hulk 22, and I sold it for like $190 this
That's
week.
pretty good. I did find one of those in the dollar bin recently, so that was nice. So I did end up. I do now have one.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of interested to see what it does.
I mean, I sold the only one I had, and it's funny. The guy who bought mine asked me in eBay messages if I had any more. He would have bought them all probably if I had a crap ton of them. But
I feel like one of us has a pickup that they want to talk about that we haven't heard from. Didn't Simple Man's get a pretty nice book recently?
It's kind of out there. I mean, I'm a pretty big Disney fan.
Is it Zenoscope?
No, it wasn't Zenoscope. It's a Disney book. So, what is it about? 2 years ago, when after Haunted Mansion and Figment and all that came out, the Enchanted Tiki Room, they did a comic book series for that.
Yep.
So I had pre-ordered a Raw 1 in 50 when that came out, and I pretty much turned around and sold it right off the bat for $70. So I bought a 9.8 a couple days ago, and he had it listed at 69. It was best offer, so I offered him 55, and he countered at like 62. So I took it at that. So I got a 9.8 of the 1 in 50 Orange Bird Enchanted Tiki Room coming.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, it's one of those things where everyone goes to Disney and the animatronic bird show kind of sucks, but it's been there since the 60s. So it's one of those things where everyone must go to.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun. It's totally racist, and you know, you get to enjoy. Yeah, a good crappy show. Actually, you know why I love it? It's because it's like 15 minutes, and you can get a good, solid 10-minute nap there.
Yes, because they got the little rainforest stuff going.
I seriously had like a plan.
Power
like
nap.
I have a Disneyland, and like with like young kids, you gotta get your naps in where you can. So there's about 4 different areas where you can get a good 10-15 minute nap. So there's like you have small world. Easily good solid 10-minute nap.
Carousel of Progress is one.
No, yeah, that's not too bad. The train, when that's back up and running, the train is a perfect one. If you just say, hey, we're going to go all the way around, that's a good 15-minute nap right there. And then, yeah, the Tiki Room is another one.
They used to have a good one where you can get like a 35-minute nap in at Epcot, but they just tore it down. And it's going to be the largest, what they say, like the longest indoor roller coaster, and it's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy themed at Epcot.
Yeah, you probably can't nap on that.
Yeah. But the Ellen DeGeneres energy ride, you get in that thing and it's air conditioned, and you just go to sleep for like 35 minutes.
Oh, I love Small World just for the nap.
But that's almost like a torture cell because it's just nonstop.
No, with kids, you learn to turn stuff off. Like how many crappy songs do you listen to? You know, you just switch it off. Holy crap!
Especially at the end of that ride when there's a backup of boats and you're just like, "Get me off this ride!" and you keep hearing "It's a Small World" over and over, and that's stuck in your head the rest of the day.
I'm looking at books of just books that have sold for crazy prices recently. There was in December. One of my another cover that I've been wanting forever is Witchblade 150. It's J. Scott Campbell.
Oh man, you sent me down a rabbit hole with that damn thing.
A 9.8 sold for $690 in auction.
Wow.
I never thought it would get that high.
That's a tough book, man. That's a tough book.
Oh, I love that cover. I mean, I think that's one of Campbell's best.
The market is still strong.
Listen,
I mean, if you get the right book.
I talk trash about the modern market, but it's good for everything else. It's just the whole modern market's freaking weird.
Yeah, and it's weird. There's like I'm just starting to. I haven't got into the next the variant article, but I've been doing like some light research, and like some books that people don't talk about. And I'm not a huge Valiant fan, but there's these DMG variants for they're basically China variants for
I've heard about those.
for the first like for Harbinger and Bloodshot and. There was one more title that had it. I can't remember which one it is, but all of them they were like these. They have the logo DMG on it, and they're I don't know given out in China, but man, they're $1,000 raw copies.
So one that I don't know kicked around the hangout, but now it happened is there hasn't been a 9.8 Lost 23 sale in 7-8 months. Somebody just threw one up at auction. I'm interested to see if it takes a jump.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest kicks.
What was the last sale on one?
It was like it was last summer.
I can look.
I hate myself for selling that book. That was another book that I thought it was going to just level out.
I keep wanting to buy them because I keep saying, well, then I'll sell one. I always have liquid money, and I had one, and I got two, and I never want to let them go.
All right. Like Ms. Marvel 2 has dropped a lot. I might grab it if it goes down a little more. The Molina one.
What's it down to?
It's like $600 right now, so it dropped about half.
600 for like a raw?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good cover. I plucked one out for 30 and sold it for 400 and was happy as shit until I saw one of our friends that knows how to press has got it to a 9.8. And I swear to God it was not a 9.8.
Right. Well, that was like what was it? The Action Comics Dark Side variant. What is that?
Oh yeah.
I had that was
Adventure.
yeah, there you go. Sean bought my copy. Like I brazzed mine, and then Sean bought it off of whoever won it for I think something like pretty cheap, like 200, 250 or something like that. I honestly thought it was a 9.2. And he got it up to a 9.6, which was
Sean does good work.
You just sometimes you get too picky.
yeah.
Sometimes you're not picky enough, and then sometimes you look at a book 10 times and you're too picky.
Yeah.
I thought I sniped one of those off of Nucadia because they had the freaking variant image. So I bought it for like $3, and then of course it came and it was the regular cover. I was like, dang it.
The last Loesch was November 2017 at $807.
Was it November?
Yep.
Really?
Oh, okay, I guess you don't believe me. I mean,
No, I don't know.
Wait, they did it in November, and then the last one before that one though was July 25th.
Oh, so Stein had Go Collect and it wasn't on there.
Yeah, I don't like Go Collect info.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Yeah, everyone's supposed.
I wonder if it was not an eBay sale, it was somewhere else.
It probably was somewhere else.
Might have been one of the auction sites because when he showed me one, it hadn't sold since I thought it was July.
A 9.8 SS though went in February 2018 for 13 Hondo.
Wow.
The SS on that makes no sense.
It's kind of crazy how much money some of these big books with an SS, how much it pulls in.
We were talking about that in the beginning of the show, kind of.
Yeah, some of them get double. You know?
I wrote one the fucking signature.
Some people
Right.
do though.
Well, it's something that like Trey talked about years ago about how, and it's true. Like a lot of this ink it slowly eats away at the cover. I mean, so slowly but surely, your book is getting destroyed.
I tell you what, if I randomly won a Raz for a 9.8 SS, I would trade it in for a blue and something else.
Yeah, and take that extra money for sure.
Or you could do a Paul swap.
Yeah, through Canada.
And now he needs it back. Hey, Johnny Casper, if you're one of the 3 listeners, help Paul out.
Yeah, just send him his book back.
Jesus Christ.
Only Paul.
Man, I'm looking at all these books that I used to have that are just like skyrocketing.
All of them.
Yeah, we
Everything
sold
you've ever sold is worth triple now.
well, we sold a shit ton of variants in the very beginning. When we started, like we had like 50 to the top 100. It was crazy.
Well, like I'm looking at this. Here's another Valiant book. I bought. It was Imperium #1, 1 in 40. It was like a Brathwaite variant. I think I bought 3 of them for like $20, just because they were kind of like going. They were going for like $40. So I was like, yeah, just because I love buying Valiant books because I could just flip them. I don't care about them,
Mm-hmm.
But a 9.8 sold last week for $407. $408.
Jeez.
I can't get into Valiant stuff, man. There's like a whole boxes at this one store I go to of Valiant stuff, but it's nothing good.
Well, that's the thing. I can't get into it either, but I can get into selling to people that can get into it.
Well, no, I guess
You can make money off the people.
No, I know that, but it's like when I go through a Valiant box, I don't know what to get. That's a problem. Like I don't know the keys of Valiant.
Just look at the low numbers, like the first first couple issues, and you can look at the barcode and look for the variant number. When it's in the 5s, the 6s, and the 7s, they're high ratio, and they're all generally $40-$50 books.
Look at you,
if not more.
Nice.
I mean, they're always in the dollar bin. Like a lot of the stores that I go to, I found a lot of the copies that I grabbed in the dollar bin because there's not a lot of people buying them out here. So I've learned to pay attention to them, especially when you keep seeing those high prices every week. And like I said, they're like if I buy some variants, like a Marvel or a DC variant that I really like, it's hard for me to let those go, especially when I get it graded. But I don't hold anything for the Valiant ones, so they're super easy books to move. It's like the same. This is why I kind of bought the Rick and Morty stuff.
That's still going on fire right now, man. Still.
I know. I gotta get. I have a stack of. I have like the stuff that I bought a couple weeks ago. I have like a couple that I need to send to Sean to get pressed and see if he can save a couple of them, and then
you might be better off just selling them raw.
Yeah, because it's interesting. Like there's the Rick and Morty Pocket Like He Stole It Nerd Block variant.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It'll sell raw for about $650, and a 9.8 just sold today for $700. I don't, and there's only like 40 copies of that book, so I really don't understand why there's such a discrepancy between those two prices. And so the one copy I have a raw copy. I have a 9.8, and then I have a raw copy of that book, and the raw copy is perfect. So I'm like, well, it makes sense. Do I just sell it?
I'd sell it raw, because the only way you're going to get that graded book to make money is if you're one of the few ones that have the 40 copies that have a 9.8 or whatever, and you're one of the last ones, just like a crazy Tim Walker price at like 1,000, some kind of crazy number, and then you just got to wait,
I mean, we talked about that's the reason why a lot of those are sitting, even though they're so small. It's just everyone got them at the same time.
Yep.
So they all hit eBay at the same time, and everyone wanted their 2,000, 3,000. So they just sat. Now there's 7 copies just sitting. Even though there's only like 40 copies.
Yeah.
They need
a quarter of the market's already on eBay.
Yeah. And so it takes away that even though it's rare, it doesn't have the appearance of being rare. Yeah. So yeah.
Like the Venom 8 cargo hold Ghost Riders that I fucking picked up, and they're not that rare anymore. Well, I mean, they're still rare, but they're not as rare. When you list fucking 50 a day.
It's all when do the collectors get them versus the flippers.
Yep.
I've still been buying my Spider-Man Noir ones, so I keep grabbing those when they go cheap.
Wish I would have bought that 9.8 a while ago.
What's that?
Wish I would have bought that 9.8.
I know. I have a 9.8 in the variant, which is an awesome cover.
It is.
And that's a book that I bought and graded with the intention to sell. But now that I look at it, I'm like, I kind of don't want to sell it.
I told I need to do what Scotty did and just pick a book and just go ham on one book.
Well, someone was talking about, what was it? were one of you guys talking about it where the Jessica Jones custom edition was selling for like $50?
That was John Brown.
Oh yeah, I think I have 2 copies of that book. It's literally in a stack of my I don't give a shit about books that are sitting on my floor that my closet door runs into every day. And I'm like, I thought it was worthless. Like I thought it was maybe $5-10 because that's where it was for 2 years. So I have to see if it survived.
When we talk about variants going up, one that is kind of in a lull is the Edge of Spider-Verse 2 Land has kind of been creeping down a bit because it was skyrocketed and it's been.
Yeah,
I want to say undercutting. People are undercutting because it's not moving now.
Yeah, I mean, because the news is settled, so there was a lot of like chatter driving that price up, and then it's kind of the chatter kind of dies away, and more stuff will come out and it'll jump back up again.
It's rare to see a variant lull these days.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of books in a lull where they've gone down a little bit, but like Amazing Spider-Man 688, the Campbell Blizzard variant. I mean, that shoot over $1,000 in 9.8, and now it's coming back down a bit. I don't know.
You get enough out of the collections at some price point, I guess.
The one book that seems to be doing really well is still that Wonder Woman Rebirth Gold foil. That's really still hanging in there. The one from SCC.
Don't talk Wonder Woman. I had a Raz fail on a Wonder Woman.
How short were you?
I think it was like 80 slots.
Which one was that?
I tried to Raz a Wonder Woman 7298. The bold one.
Oh, yeah, I threw in for that one. I really wanted that one. I was hoping that was going to close.
It was the only one on the Raz page for like almost 24 hours. And I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And then the freaking Finch 38 filled in like 4 hours.
So weird what fills.
And that's one of those variants.
The 184 Hughes filled in like before I even saw it.
That Finch variant is the only variant the only super expensive variant that I ever see at cons on the wall. It's like usually on and not on just one wall, it'll be on like 10 walls at the con.
Is it not as rare as people think?
I don't know. I don't think it is. I mean, because Wonder Woman was a pretty big book then. It wasn't because Finch was only on it for what, a couple issues at that point.
Yeah.
So there was still a lot of.
Still seems to sell though.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a great cover. That's why. So great covers kind of went out. I mean, Lost is not a rare book. It's a 1 in 10. But it sure commands a 1 in 100 price, if not more.
There's still only about maybe 110 9/8s, which is not a few, but it's not a lot.
I really want a Dirty Pair Hughes cover.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, I had one, but it was like VF, and I hated it just sitting there teasing me. So.
You always think, I'll just sell this and put it towards the next one.
Right. Oh, it was an ugly copy. It was a really ugly copy.
What? I mean, I bought that Black Cat 50, and I'm like, man, I'll sell one of the low grades. And then once I get it, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna hold them.
No, those are only going up. Like those books are drying up into collections. I mean, that's where like people keep talking about variants, but those, those what is it before? What do they call them?
Pre-code horror.
Yeah, pre-code horror. Thank you. I mean, that's a great place to invest right now, just because. I mean, there's still a lot of affordable books in around those key issues.
I just sent like 4 or 2 pre-cord. I sent 2 or 3 pre-cord to Sean to get him slab.
Oh yeah.
like Adventures in the Terror 17. What else did I pick up? I think I picked up another one. I can't remember. I can't remember what I sent them. But yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, we'll see how it does.
If you find Ben C's article on the website, the top 50 pre-code horror and the top, I don't know if it's 50 or top 25 crime.
I think it was 28.
You can't go wrong with those.
Yeah. I think it was like number 32 on the top 50 list. I was trying to find Punch Comics number 1, but then I figured out I don't have like 50 grand.
Forget that stuff. I'm still pissed that damn 4.0 Black Cat. I thought I had that damn thing. You and I talked about a price, and I bid that price, and some asshole blew me away.
I told you, man. I told you.
Oh, well.
Hey, that's we'll see how it goes, man.
We need to convince Ben C to razz a lot of his.
Ben C he's an interesting bird on that.
Batman Adventures 12 razz. Did you guys see that one?
No.
That was Joe's, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you win it?
No, but a popular winner won it.
PC.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was Kate. I thought it was gonna be Ken Curley.
I thought it was gonna be Koi Fan.
No,
that bastard was
Curly hasn't won anything in ages.
Curly's been cold.
Yeah, I haven't seen his name pop up in a while.
There's been a guy that's won a ton recently that's floating under the radar.
It's not me.
No, it's not me either.
Oh, Stevens has won like 9 this year.
He's won a lot.
He's been on fire. I shipped him one. He's like, "Oh man, this is my 8th win of the year." I'm like, "Fuck,
what book?
it takes me 2 years and 2.5 years to win 9 Razzes."
And Coy won the Punisher, right? The first Punisher.
Yeah.
That was a nice win. Jeez Louise.
I won a Loesch 2 weeks ago.
That's pretty good. That was the 9-6.
Yeah.
Yeah, bastard. No, I remember that. We talked about it last week.
Yeah. I wanted to relive it.
I'm due for something, just enough to like keep me interested in the Raz. Like at some point, you like spend so much like, if I don't win soon, I'm out, and they throw you a fucking just enough.
See, I don't throw. What's that?
Yeah, you usually win the $50 book that you just threw $5 in just to help somebody out.
Yeah.
My last one was was a Steampunk Superman Wonder Woman, which was a nice book, but it wasn't like one I needed.
Mine was at Red She-Hulk 58, the horn cover.
Oh, that's a nice book.
I don't know how I feel about that book. I like it and I don't like it.
Greg Horn sucks, but it's a cool book.
A little too muscly.
No, I agree. I'm just gonna sit there and this is weird. They're doing PayPal's doing personal now and purchase. It's weird instead of friends and family. Must be some kind of new update. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll flip it. I don't have any, it's not a 9.8 by any stretch of imagination. It's like 9.2, 9.4, I think. So. I mean,
So what do you guys think about? I know they've talked about it on Unpressable, but how do you feel about like all these new characters, all the mashups?
Meh.
Yeah, I mean, is it really? I mean, is it really going to lead into something? Probably not. Is it a cash grab? Probably so. I mean, I'd rather have characters that mean something and get developed properly instead of characters that get, I guess, shot into one direction and then in 6 months or a year they kill off, aka Gwenpool or Spider-Gwen or whatever what the hell all that shit is, what I'm saying? Like I get what's one that's got killed like recently that was just like, was it Gwenpool?
What about Silk? I mean,
So
remember that character?
Well, Silk and Iron Man. What was her name?
Riri.
Moon Girl. I mean, a lot of those characters are underperforming. Sorry, Mel.
Faith.
Like
Faith. Yeah, no.
Faith. Yeah.
Faith is old school, man. Faith is from the original Valiant.
I know. Oh, speaking of variants, man, there's one up on right now. Ooh, it's pretty cheap too. I don't know.
What's that?
Yeah, I'll show you guys in the chat.
Well,
I
I'm
got
not
one
invested
sitting
in
here.
reading Marvel, so I don't really care.
Right.
They can have good stories, bad stories. It's just irrelevant.
For Marvel, I'm all about just collecting the covers because I still have an affinity, for a lot of the characters. So if they're on the cover, like that Rogue, that Dodderman, Young Guns Rogue cover, like I bought a couple of those just because I really like, I like Rogue, and I thought it was a great cover.
That Stephanie Hahn's cover for X-Men Blue this week is nice.
Yeah.
I put it on the side of the chat here. I don't know. I mean, we got one sitting here, but I mean, I don't know.
Oh, the Legacies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that book. Everyone kept talking about that book going up, at one point, but then it just didn't, and then it dropped a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's an ugly cover.
Yeah.
Not that good of a cover.
There are a couple of them in that Legacy series that do well.
Go on.
Well, I just think I don't remember. I feel like that series has a lot of them that not $100 books, but $20, $30 books that just are in there. The Demon one sold for a while. I think there's a Black Adam maybe or Shazam.
Very
And
interesting.
the Before Watchmen books are still doing pretty good. The Jim Lee ones, those are still above 100.
The variants.
Yeah.
Aren't they like, what are they, 1 in 200s, right?
Yep.
I picked up a new Avengers 12 X-Men Evolutions variant, the Magneto variant.
Oh yeah.
I sent that in to get graded, I think, too. I mean, I don't think it's going to do anything, but I mean, I got it for cheap. I was like, maybe there's a Magneto fan out there.
Holy crap. Do you guys remember that Deathstroke 10 cover, that Leaf Field cover where it's half Deathstroke, half Lobo? So it sold today raw in near mint $145
What?
today.
Let's see that link.
That book was a $100 book. Then it dropped hard to like $30-$40.
Well, it's the Lobo news, my friend.
Man, that's nuts. And I had one of those too. There you go. Sent the link. I mean, it's a great cover. Actually, it's actually I would say it's
$144.
It's one of Leaf Field's best covers.
Oh shit! I think we have one of those, Dino.
Do we?
I think so.
Razz it.
Liston.
I want it back. Razz it.
You want to razz it?
Tony, take it off.
Yeah, how much do you have it for?
We can. I'll look. I don't know. I mean, who
No,
knows?
I don't think we do. I think we might have had it at one
Buy
point.
it quick before they pull it down.
Yeah, there's shit, right? God damn it!
Do you guys still have your Planet Comics 198? Wasn't it one of you guys who had?
John Brown.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
I've been eyeing that one for weeks now.
John Brown would make you a deal, I bet.
I really want that book. Oh, the Batman 47 Alex Ross Harley is still doing really well. $50.
What series is that from? That Deathstroke, you know?
First series, I think. Well, no, not his soul, not the mini. He had a mini series at
I
one
think
point.
it's 10 or series 2, right? I think it's series 2.
Yeah, it was his first ongoing series. Yeah, it's a good cover. That's crazy that it jumped up that much.
We sold what did we? Oh, we sold Lobo, the final issue of Lobo today.
You're
I mean,
How much does that do?
34, 35,
And what number is that?
64.
64 to 5, 64 to 65, I think.
Yeah, a lot of people have been posting like massive Lobo hauls. I've been I was lucky enough to, I think I have 5 copies of his first appearance in Omega Men. I think I got 4 of them from Dollar Bins.
I bought a whole run of them Lobo back in the day for like $35 in a big box at an auction. And I sold like Omega Man 3 for 50, and the rest I gave away for like $20 or something.
Yeah, you can't sell the rest. The rest are like, you'll start going through a box and you'll see 1, 2, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
and then it's gone. What's funny is like you look at some of these variants, like Deathstroke 1, that 1 in 25 Steranko or Sorrentino variant.
Yep.
Man,
It's like $50, right? $60.
No, it just sold today for $18 in near mint.
Oh, I mean, back in the day, it was like $50.
Oh, it got to at one point during like when it first hit G Plus, it hit about $125.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty big fall from grace.
Yeah.
Someone finally bought that Miles Morales Fiona Staples that was up for a while. There was a 9.8 that was like at $168. I was watching that for a while. That was actually a pretty good buy. Yeah, there's some good. I mean, that Captain Marvel Hughes book is moving.
I saw one up. I saw one up on Instagram. It was like, I think he wanted 1 1/4 for it. It's like,
I want to say Philip Chung has like 100 of them.
Well, there's just some books that I'm like, man, it's not going to go any higher, and I can't buy it. And then next week, it's higher. I'm not going to buy it. It's higher.
Right. Yep.
But then I go, this book that I do love is not fucking moving. What the hell? It makes no sense sometimes.
I've been trying to find Milo Manera variants. I've been trying to do that too.
I still know where there's Spider Woman. One of the shops I go to, they still have it like in their back, behind, like in the back of their store. But it's like $90 or no, $100, and I think it only sells for like $70 right now.
Yeah.
So
there's an Inhuman right now. There's an Inhuman 1 Manera for like 1 in 100, like 9.8, signed by Stan Lee, which is like
There's a vampy version that sells pretty solid for it. At Psylocke, what was it, X-Force 5 or whatever? I made some money on that one, but that damn thing still is going up.
Yep. Oh, I sent that Avenger the Wasp one. I think I sent that into the Wasp Manera. I sent that in to get graded too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's hard to send books in for grading when you're not buying variants. There's just not a lot of rate of return.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you like a cover and it's a PC book, it's not,
I mean, if it's not a 9.8, I'm almost not grading it. And if I don't have any new modern variants, there's not much I'm picking up that's worth it.
No.
Oh, I sent Avengers 670. Was it 79? Was it the first appearance? Was it 679? The first appearance? It was a regular cover. It wasn't one of the variants of that new character.
Mm.
Who knows?
2 of them. It was like whatever. I got them for $5.
Like that's one you hold on to and see how the character does.
Yeah.
Because who knows? I mean, one of these characters will make it. I mean, Spider-Gwen made it.
Yeah. I've been looking. I've been talking about this. I've been trying to get a Conversion 0, that 1 in 100 Hughes variant for cheap.
It's dipped a lot. It
but
actually went
back up.
Well, it went back up, but then it can't. It's down a little more.
I mean, you're at 100, right? Around 100-ish.
It was like 80, I think, when I looked at it.
I don't know.
It was at $130 like 2 months ago.
It's a cool cover. I mean,
you're not going to go.
Hughes fans are rabid.
You're not going to go wrong with Hughes long term.
Yeah.
Anything that you buy Hughes right now is going to retain its value.
Oh, I sent in 3 of those Hughes. Is it the Krampus style ones? That new book he just did. God damn it, what's it called? Draw the blank. It was like the black and white cover.
It was the Hellboy?
Yeah, the Hellboys. I sent 3 of those too.
We'll see. I totally missed out on those. I should have grabbed some of those. They are great covers.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, my CGC bill is going to be fucking ridiculous. So
I was at my shop, and they have a bunch of new books on the wall and in their back issues, and it was like Deadpool Encyclopedia, Deadpool's baby's first, whatever that first comic. Then there's like Whittleway, all those books that used to be $100 books. I got all excited because they were like $30 each. And then I looked them up and I'm like, oh, they're only selling for like $30 each now. Those books dropped a lot.
Well, you know what else dropped a lot? How about Incredible Hulk #4, that Venom Del Mundo variant, the Hulk when he gets venomized?
How much did that fall down to? Like 200?
Well, I mean, right now it's there's one there. I mean, it's still got a lot of time left, 22 hours, but it's like $34 right now.
What number is it?
#4.
That's the original Venom book?
Yeah, I think so. This one.
Oh, $34. I mean,
it's still got some time. I mean,
is it the Mexican version? No, I guess it's the regular one. All right, I'm watching that one.
Are you? Okay. From Cargo Hold, whatever. Yeah,
Jeez, I mean, it's got a spine crease, a couple spine creases, but
hopefully that's the right book. Hopefully that's the real book.
If it's Cargo Hold.
No, I mean, hopefully that's the exact. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because they had that problem with the Ghost Rider or the Venoms. Well, it was like the same picture for every fucking book. So.
I can't believe these Popeye books. I mean, they are really great covers, but man, I mean, the prices are insane.
What's funny? Z was talking about on Defects, dude. It's like the next book is going to be worth nothing because everybody's going to buy one. Like,
oh, for the next Popeye one?
Yeah.
Oh, completely. Well, when I was looking in, like I have access to a friend's like Diamond account, so I was like looking into it to see if it was still available, and I had it. I was watching it, and it became available again. Like people were still ordering copies, but you had to order 10 to get 10 of the regular copies to get that one variant. But man, they disappeared super fast. But they were still orderable when they were hitting $500.
oh snap!
Snap.
What?
Don't share this one. I might go on this one. It's gonna get out of control. I know it is. I guess I got a shit ton of time. There it goes.
Oh yeah,
That's the shit I can't get in on. I don't understand it.
I don't know either, but
it's all because of international buyers. That was one of our CBSI friends who sold his copy for an insane amount. That really got that book up.
Yep. I mean, that's not a bad price right now, but I mean, it's still got 22 some change left. So, but
it's just crazy. Like, why that variant? Out of any of the other ones.
Because I'll tell you the truth, is because how many people were buying that book when at that number?
Well, yeah, it's true.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, and it's a cool cover technically. I mean, it's not like, it's not like a shit cover by any stretch of the imagination, but still, it's a low print run, low cover, man.
Some 4 all over again.
Yep.
So I was perusing things that popped up, and this is by no means am I saying buy it, but an amusing ass book to see. Have you heard of the Highlander? There can only be one variant.
Oh God, it just sounds awesome.
It was an IDW 2017 series, and it's through the CBDLF, whatever that is, the people that do Free Comic Book Day.
Mm-hmm.
And they printed, I think, 5 copies and drew one winner out of the 5 people. And they sliced the other 4 with a sword. And so one is a 9/8, so there can be only one. So there's a listing up for that book, graded 9/8, and the sword they sliced it with.
Oh, that's right. It says graded, stabbed with sword.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And I remember a few months ago seeing one that was like one of the sword copies. It was 0.5 because it was chopped in half or whatever. But it's like, all right, that's amusing.
That's actually not that the only one 9.8. It's probably not a bad buy. But the problem with that book, and it's like with most other books, is when you have something that rare, it's hard to put a price on. Yeah, and then it loses all value. I had that problem with my Red Sonja Hughes cover. Like there hadn't been any sales for the one I had in 3 years. So getting, I had it up at like a crazy price, but no one made any offers because it was, no one wanted to buy it at that price because there was no previous, copies to set precedent.
And we're not as patient as Walker.
Look at those two. Look at those two links, man. They got a crap ton of those too.
So did you see the Highlander? The one is a 9.8, and then there's another one listed that's an NG.
The one that got stabbed by a sword. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I kind of want that one.
The sword one, yeah.
But it doesn't come with the sword, though.
Yeah, I don't need the sword.
If you're a Highlander, only one of you gets the sword.
How do you ship the sword?
I feel like for $300, it's kind of worth it. You might as well get the sword and get the 9.8. That's a value bet right there.
Scott, did you see the link I posted in the chat? That's up your alley, buddy. It's already graded.
Everybody's leaving the hangout going, you assholes are just posting shit and not sharing.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah. You look at that price, though.
I know, but it's already graded. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that is a book I want.
Which one?
Spider-Man 688.
Oh, yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I probably got to call it a night soon here.
Yeah, I think we can.
Yeah, we can end it. I don't even know how long we've been on for, dude.
We've been on long enough.
Yeah.
We stopped listening to ourselves at this point.
Pretty much.
Sorry, 6 listeners.
Yeah, who just keep watching us and saying you guys are just trolling eBay because we're bored.
You guys don't have to go home, but you can stay here.
But there were a lot of really good books that popped up. The books that we didn't know that were selling for as much. So there was some good cornbread and at the end there.
Yeah, and it's funny. I mean,
we just had to decipher from our stupidity.
Yeah, well, you gotta. I mean, we shit on how we can't find books. You can find books. You just gotta look hard. I mean, they just can't fall in your lap, obviously.
Well, I mean that Deathstroke one is a perfect book to look for right now because people doing the convention circuit, getting their books ready, they're kind of already out there. It's probably on a wall for $30 that it went down to at one point.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier in the show. Is we talked about keys like Marvel Premiere 15 and just books that went dove down. That are good comic books that are on the wall that you can probably negotiate to get a good price, and you're not going to make a ton of money on it, but you can flip it for decent, you know what you're looking for. So, but all right, boys, we're gonna I guess we're gonna call it, eh? So.
Yep.
All right, so everybody, 2 weeks should be the 26th. So the 26th of February. This should be our next show. So, all right, boys, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.